This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. This broadcast is presented by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? Visit GoCurrency.com. And by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at LibertyFirstCU.com.
It's a sunny day. Highs expected to be in the mid-80s. Must be late October in Nebraska. Not exactly football weather, but we'll take it, especially when it's college football Saturday. Hello, everyone. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay. Nolan Hoffman will be joining us shortly, welcoming you to Wayne State football on News Channel Nebraska. You know, Lou, the NCAA schedule says that the Division II football playoffs don't start for another month and a half, but I think a good argument could be made that for the Wayne State Wildcats, the playoffs begin today. Coming off a heartbreaker of a loss to Augustana last week, sitting at 5-2, they cannot afford any more losses the rest of the way if they want to get a regional at-large berth.
Yeah, I think if they win out, they have that chance. They've got 3 home games, starting with this one today against Southwest Minnesota State. Only road game is a very difficult one against Sioux Falls, but you're right. No room for error. It starts today. They got to win today against Southwest Minnesota State.
SMSU and WSC will introduce you to some of the key players next. You're watching Wayne State football on NCN.
The pregame show is brought to you by Norfolk Auto Center, Northeast Nebraska's volume leader, where you'll find one low price, plain and simple, always.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Life is full of occasions. Some planned, some unexpected, some profound. At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, our goal is to keep you in good health, to be there for all of life's moments. Together, we'll create the best health solutions for your symptoms and lifestyle with compassionate care tailored to you. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, here for you no matter the occasion.
Welcome back to Wayne State Wildcat football on NCN today, presenting Wayne State playing host to the Mustangs of Southwest Minnesota State. Wayne State coming in 5-2 off that tough loss. A touchdown with 9 seconds to go as Augustana beats Wayne State in South Dakota last week. And Lou, we talk all the time about how Nick Bone is the key player for this team, the quarterback, do-it-all type player. This is by no means a one-man show on Wayne State, but I think one thing we learned last week is that when he struggles, was held without a passing touchdown last week, it's tough for Wayne State's offense to sustain momentum. They need him to get good and get good early to beat SMSU today.
Well, yeah, he's a dynamic player. He's got over 1,900 yards of total offense, 15 touchdowns, and he kind of makes this offense go. I mean, his ability to run when the play breaks down, he's a good passer. He's only thrown 3 interceptions all season. He is the stir that straws that whatever I'm trying to say. It stirs the drink is what I'm trying to say. He is the guy, so he has to. You're right. He has to play well early, and if they can get him in a rhythm, I think Wayne State's got a chance to put up some points here today.
Meanwhile, Southwest Minnesota State has traveled south to try to keep their season from going south. Started 4-1. They've lost 2 in a row, both big blowout losses. This is a team that likes to run the football, Lou, and their leading rusher, Mr. Sherwood, is someone they're going to need to get going early today.
Just Sherwood is a really good running back. He has 782 yards on the season. He missed 2 games, and he's number 2, I believe, in the Northern Senate in rushing. For Southwest Minnesota State, I think to stay close in this game, Sherwood has to have a big game. They've got to try to find ways to put together some long drives and try to stay away from that explosive Wayne State offense, which has had over 500 yards 3 times. You want want them on the sidelines. You want to control the football, control time of possession if you're Southwest Minnesota State.
You mentioned Jess Sherwood missing those games. SMSU has depth in their running attack, one of just 2 teams in the conference with 2 running backs with at least 500 rushing yards on the season. You'll hear from the third member of our broadcast crew, Nolan Hoffman, and Wayne State's head coach next. You're watching Wayne State football on NCN.
Wayne State is the college of choice.
Smart choice.
Sound choice.
Natural choice.
Strong choice.
Original choice.
Bold choice.
Affordable choice.
With over 130 programs of study, Wayne State College is the
First choice.
First choice.
First choice.
for students who want an excellent education at an affordable cost. Get started at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
A community is connections, friends, family, schools, teams. At Allo, we're honored to be a part of your community. As members of the community, we're committed to ensuring people stay connected to the services they need. That's why we're participating in the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. All qualifying customers get free 100 megabit per second internet or a $30 discount on all other internet packages. Go to allofiber.com/ACP to learn more.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on News Channel Nebraska. I'm joined by Logan Masters, head coach at Wayne State College. And Coach, you guys came off a tough, heartbreaking loss last week. How do you guys bounce back here today?
Yeah, it was tough, and we felt the pain for a day, and then we had to get over it. So energy at practice was great, execution was there. So I think we'll be all right. But it just comes out playing hard and doing our job, and being disciplined when adversity hits. Be tough.
What was the message to your team today?
Same thing. Just can't do anything about last week. Learn from it. Keep getting better, and they did this week in practice. And go out, have fun, celebrate with each other. And again, it's simple. Just execute and play with passion. And okay.
And a lot of people have said the playoffs for you guys start right now, where you guys probably have to win out or most of the games to try to get into the playoffs. How do you guys continue to stay focused and make that happen?
Yeah, I mean, it's still in football. It's one game at a time, and so all we can worry about is Southwest right now. And so we hasn't been any talk about that. We just got to take care of business today.
Great, thanks, Logan. Appreciate it. Thanks. More pregame show next on News Channel Nebraska.
Whether you play on a field or play on a court or are running to greatness, during the game and after the game, during the wins and during the losses, Agri City Insurance has you covered. Here to help you ensure what matters most. Agri City Insurance.
Keep on pushing, keep on pushing, keep on pushing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2.
You want to wear your pride on your sleeve? True Nebraskans turn to custom sports screen printing. Pride, dignity, self-respect. You want to show it off. We want to design it in whatever color it comes in. Silver, gold, black, blue, white, red. Custom Sports can turn around unbeatable apparel fast with service from South Sioux to Scotts Bluff.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. If your business needs help financing big-ticket items, visit GoCurrency.com for details. And by Custom Sports. Represent your school and look good doing it with Custom Sports.
When it comes to your auto partner, there is no house divided when you choose Woodhouse. 18 brands, one team, a winning experience every time.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Life is full of occasions, some planned, some unexpected. some profound. At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, our goal is to keep you in good health, to be there for all of life's moments. Together, we'll create the best health solutions for your symptoms and lifestyle with compassionate care tailored to you. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, here for you no matter the occasion.
Welcome back to Wayne State Football on News Channel Nebraska, presented in part by Currency. They make financing quick, easy, and secure for machinery, ag equipment, and more. Visit GoCurrency.com. Also presented in part by Faith Regional Health Services. When you need exemplary care, have faith. Alongside Lou Siefker, Nolan Hoffman on the sidelines, I am Eric McKay. So glad you could join us here at Cunningham Field in Wayne State for today's matchup between the 5-2 Wayne State Wildcats and the 4-3 Southwest Minnesota State Mustangs. Lou, the Mustangs started this year 4-1, but we talked about this earlier in the Wayne State season. Once South Division play starts, that schedule gets really hard, really fast, and they have borne the brunt of it. Back-to-back losses to Sioux Falls and Winona State by a combined score of 78-21. They've lost their starting quarterback. They've got a true freshman starting today. So this is dangerous territory on the road against a team hungry for a win in Wayne State. SMSU, I don't think, can afford to fall behind early in this one.
No, and you're right. You're starting the freshman quarterback. We talked about the Mustangs' desire to run the football. It's going to be extra important today to take some pressure off the youngster that's starting here today. The one thing you don't want to do is to find yourself in these third and long type situations. Try to control the game on the ground. That's what they would want to do even with their starter in there. But the other thing that you mentioned, Eric, was the fact that Wayne State, they're coming off an absolute gut punch of a loss. They were down 24-9 to Augustana on the road, came back, takes the lead, and then gives up the touchdown with about 9 seconds to go to lose that ball game. But the one thing I've liked about Wayne State this year is their ability. They bounced back off of the Winona State loss very well. I expect that to be the same way today, and I expect that Wayne State's going to be coming out, on fire here a little bit early in the ball game, try to build that early momentum. So for Southwest Minnesota State, you got to try to control time of possession and try to keep, especially the Wayne State offensive unit, on the sidelines.
Wayne State will be starting with the ball. Southwest Minnesota State won the toss, elected to defer. So it'll be the Wildcats on offense first. Let's take a look at our Piedmontese beef. Our Allo School Spotlight brought to you by Allo High Key Internet for a low key price. We are broadcasting from the home of the Wildcats since 1931. Great Bob Cunningham Field. This was voted one of the best college football atmospheres, regardless of class, in the nation. I wish I could remember where I saw that. It was a map, and each state had a college assigned to it, and Wayne State was assigned for Nebraska as one of the underrated college football atmospheres. I would say I have to agree.
Yeah.
You go to some Division II schools. Everybody does a great job with their atmosphere, but this is one that feels like a college football atmosphere. You are on campus. You got the soccer field in the background, the dorms. This is a true college football atmosphere here in Wayne, America.
Yeah, there's no question about that, and it certainly helps when it's like 80 degrees.
That does help, yeah.
But no, I've thought that for a long time since we've been coming here doing Wayne State games. Always enjoy it here. Great atmosphere. Great people and first-class school that help us out here. It's always a great time to come to Wayne, America, and call a Wayne State football game.
Let's take a look at our Piedmontese beef starting lineups. Wayne State coming in at 5-2 for first-year head coach Logan Masters. Both of these schools with first-year head coaches as Wayne State gets set to receive the opening kickoff. We'll get you starters following that. Set to kick it away for Southwest Minnesota State, Carter Dicker. Both of these teams have the same player as kicker and punter. And now back for Wayne State. This is Jaden Johnson, one of the better return men in the country, but he is leveled. Great play on special teams by Southwest Minnesota State. That is Thomas Mergen, the sophomore out of Rochester, Minnesota, laying the lumber. And it will be Wayne State starting on 1st and 10 as we look at our replay brought to you by Madison County Bank, here to help you grow. So it is Wayne State ball, 1st and 10 at the 18. And it's Nick Bowen at quarterback, Anthony Watkins to his left. SMSU comes on a run blitz. Watkins straight ahead for about 3, and it'll be 2nd down for Wayne State. Lou, an offense that is trying to find more balance. Obviously, they can run the ball well. Last week, that Augustana game, boy, they had some shots in the end zone. Bowen just wasn't able to hit them. I think it'll be interesting to see how they work the passing game in today.
Yeah, they want to be as balanced as possible, and we've seen it this year. They've done both aspects of the offense very well at times this season.
Man in motion, they give instead to Watkins. Reverses field, gets a block from his quarterback. Boy, that feels good when you're a running back. And you got your quarterback willing to block for you. Watkins for 1st down yardage out to the 29-yard line. Watkins coming into today 6th in the conference in rushing yards.
Yeah, great block by Bowen out there. Love it. Love it when the quarterback puts his shoulder in there. Maybe certainly helps you mentioned the running back likes the quarterback blocking. I think he loves the quarterback out there blocking.
And when the quarterback's as big as Bowen, he doesn't mind blocking either. Quick swing pass on 1st down. That's Shane Orr breaking tackles or down the sideline. He's got 1st down yardage as a flag comes in at the very end of the play. Orr, the sophomore out of Omaha, who's really starting to come on to become a bigger part of this offense. A nice reception there, but it looks like it's coming back.
This is the one area I think Wayne State needs to really avoid today. We've seen that in the past where they've picked up some penalties that really derail you. And that's one. You got a nice move by Orr to pick up that 1st down. Instead, the penalty sets them back behind the chains, so you're, instead of keeping the drive going, you're looking at a long yardage situation.
So take a look at a replay on a nice swing pass to Orr. The call was indeed holding against Wayne State, so that drives them back to a 1st and 14, 1st and 15 rather, back at their own 24-yard line. On play action, Bone all day to throw. Wants his tight end incomplete. Good coverage. Pass was intended for their tight end, Carter Sitzman, the freshman out of Lincoln, but really good coverage on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, Sitzman thought it was too good of coverage. He was wanting a flag thrown. A bang play. Obviously, the offensive player is going to want the interference called.
Correction, I think that was actually to Trey Miller. 86, not 89. Now on 2nd and long, the handoff goes to Jacob Kaiser. Their 2nd unit running back gets back out across the 25, but it'll be 3rd down and long coming up for Wayne State. And now we've got a stoppage. Might be an issue with the clock, perhaps. It'll be 3rd down and 13 after what was a 2-yard gain.
I think that motion was for sunscreen. I think that's what that was for.
They just want someone to spritz some water on them. We're going to have highs in the mid-80s here in Wayne today. All right, 3rd and long. Bone, right side. Intended receiver was Schmatter. Wasn't even looking for it, over his head, and now Wayne State will have to punt. And Lou, there you see the importance of staying on schedule. The penalty, throwing the Wildcats off.
Penalties set you back, no question about it. And you try to get in a rhythm if you're Wayne State. You try to get things flowing, and once this offense becomes rhythmic, they're very good. But what those penalties do is they take you out of that rhythm, and sometimes it's tough to find it again. So you've really got to try to avoid those at all costs.
Alex Powders had a season-long 55-yard punt last week. Gets a good one off here. And slipping back at the 25-yard line and brought down is Blake Allen, the sophomore out of Murrieta, California. Ends up losing yards after a really good punt by Powders once again. Might be the most well-rounded special teams player in the Northern Sun Conference.
I've been a fan of Alex Powders for a while now, and then all he does last week is kick a 52-yard school record field goal. He's 4 for 4 last week on field goals. He's an outstanding kicker.
Leads the conference in field goal percentage, 8 of 9, and a very good punter as well. Now Wayne State's defense making the play. Look, they know what the strategy is going to be. Southwest Minnesota State starting true freshman Marcus Martin at quarterback. So the handoff there goes to Jesse Sherwood. It's going to be him early and Offman, and Jalen Scott tied for 6th in the conference in sacks and makes the great tackle there.
Yeah, they're going to try to run the football, try to take some of that pressure off of Martin, freshman from Los Angeles. I'm sure he's used to this weather. Won't have any problems adjusting to the weather.
Martin struggled last week, just 11 of 28 for 139 yards. Bad snap. Sherwood has to dive on it back at the 4-yard line. Disaster on second down for the Mustangs. It's going to be 3rd and a mile and a half.
Yeah, that's a huge mistake. I'm not sure if that was the center and quarterback. No, that's just a bad snap.
Yeah.
There was no misunderstanding of what the snap count was. That's a bad snap just over Martin's head. Now, if you're Wayne State, I think you're going to bring the cavalry here to try to get a sack or something, but at least put a lot of pressure on Martin, force him into a quick throw out of his end zone.
3rd and 29. Martin in his end zone to receive the snap. And this probably a wise decision with the true freshman quarterback. Just see what Sherwood can get. Gets them some room out to the 15. And the Mustangs will punt it back to Wayne State. So there we go. Both teams now know that you need to stay on schedule. For Wayne State, it's a penalty. For SMSU, a bad snap. And now the Mustangs go 3 and out.
Well, you figure Wayne State now, despite a pretty good run there by Sherwood to get the ball away from the end zone, they're still going to be kicking deep in their own territory. Wayne State figures to get pretty good field position out of this.
So on to punt is Carter Dicker. 9 punts last week. It's actually last in the conference in yards per punt. This one checks up out of bounds. And Wayne State will have pretty good field position here starting at their own 39-yard line. No score on our scoreboard, which is brought to you in part by Faith Regional Physician Services. When work hits you hard, have faith. No score. First quarter, we've got 10:45 to go in the quarter. First quarter brought to you by Region 4 Behavioral Health Systems.
Sorry, Eric. That punt was actually pretty good because it angled toward the sidelines. Sometimes it's kind of like a good golf shot. You hit it and let it roll. That time, unfortunately for the Mustangs, it went sideways, but heck of a kick anyway.
Good run here on first down for Wayne State. That is a player that they've been using kind of in the passing and the running game. That's Dawson Forgey, the freshman out of Winterset, Iowa, starting to see more and more time in the offense. Gets 10 yards there and a first down for the Wildcats.
And this is where you've got the good field position. If you're Wayne State, you've got to avoid those mistakes that haunted you on your last drive.
On second down, Bone. All kinds of time. Now it breaks down. Bone will take off and run. He's very good at this. Just shy of 500 yards rushing coming into today. Ushered out of bounds by Ante Burns. Maybe the best linebacker in the conference. Led the conference in tackles each of the last 2 seasons. Is tied for 4th in tackles coming into today.
Yeah, you want to see good defense, folks. Watch number 0, Southwest Minnesota State, an outstanding linebacker, one of the best in Division II.
Outstanding linebackers kind of all around in this game. Thomas Mergen, a very good linebacker for Southwest Minnesota State as well. And Kaiser's got nothing coming to the near side. That's Carter Schmitz, the sophomore, breaking through. Kaiser brought down for a loss. It'll be 3rd and 11.
Yeah, Schmitz just shot the gap that time. A lot of pressure throwing Wayne State back now. Again, where you try to be on schedule. 3rd and 11. Wayne State offensively, though, this is an offense that can capitalize even on long yardage situations.
9:05 to go first quarter. 3rd and 11. Bowen. Good coverage again downfield as a flag comes in. Bowen brought down for the sack. JoJo Kloppel, the redshirt freshman, making the play. His 2nd sack of the year. The penalties against Wayne State.
Yeah, let's probably going to be declined. They get the sack, and now they'll force Wayne State to punt the football.
So it'll be 4th down, Wayne State. Take a look at the replay. This is a coverage sack, and you know, Southwest Minnesota State, they run a defense that Wayne State or anybody really doesn't see often. One of the few teams still running the 3-3-5. They've got 5 defensive backs, just dropped them back in zone, and there was nowhere for Wayne State to go.
Yeah, with the 3 down linemen, you got to find it. You can't allow them to get that much pressure.
Now Powders angling his punt to the near sideline, takes a Wayne State roll. Wow.
Well, there you go.
What a punt by Powders. Inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. A fantastic punt there. 48 yards, no return, and Southwest Minnesota State is pinned deep.
Well, obviously no score, but so far the field position has been in favor of Wayne State. Excellent punt. Just like a moment ago with Southwest Minnesota State, exactly what Powders did there. Kick it away from the returner and let it roll, and he did a great job to get it inside the 10.
So 1st and 10 now from the 7. Southwest Minnesota State trying to get on the scoreboard first. Trying to end their 2-game losing streak. They hand off. It's Sherwood. His 3rd carry today gets close to the 10. A little bit more room to work with for the Mustangs on the upcoming 2nd down. Sherwood coming into today. Almost 800 yards on the season, 6 touchdowns. And again, like you said, Lou, that's with missing a lot of time.
Yeah, he missed a couple of games, missed the Upper Iowa victory and the Sioux Falls loss. But still, number 2 in the Northern Sun in rushing, so he's a quality back.
And with him out, Donald Austin, a sophomore, stepped in and ran really well, had a 200-yard game against Upper Iowa. So they've got depth in the backfield. On 2nd down, it's Sherwood again. Straight up the gut, finds room close to 1st down yardage. Good hole opened up by the Mustang offensive front there on the left side.
Yeah, excellent job by that left side. Southwest Minnesota State left guard is Sean Martinez, 6'4", 299. Another California guy, and the left tackle is Tyler Nebelung from Ramsey, Minnesota. So 2 different California, Minnesota. But obviously Southwest Minnesota State doing some recruiting. The center is from Gig Harbor, Washington. So they're doing national recruiting.
1st and 10 now, Southwest Minnesota State from the 18. A lot of pre-snap motion. Out to the right, caught, well covered in the open field. Pass is complete to Peter Osman, the junior, team's leading receiver. Brought down immediately. It'll be 2nd down. Osman, the leading receiver, with 16 receptions. This is not a team that throws the football a whole heck of a lot.
Yeah, they're not going to throw it a lot. Good job there by Javon France. Speaking of national recruiting, Tarpon Springs, Florida is where France is from. He's a senior. He's a quality cornerback over there on that left side.
Might be the best in the conference. Leads the conference in passes defended this season. On 2nd down, it's Sherwood. He's got a hole. He's got a 1st down. Into the secondary, still bowling over defenders. Down to the 35-yard line, a gain of 12. And there you see the kind of punishment that Jesse Sherwood can inflict on opposing defenses.
Yeah, listed at 5'10", 205. But man, that was like a runaway Buick there, just running people over.
Take another look here. Bowling over Tanner Cooper, getting 1st down yardage. 6:05 to go 1st quarter. Southwest Minnesota State trying to strike first. On play action, Martin over the middle, incomplete. Might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage. He wanted Osman, but it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Pressure changed that play. Osman was wide open there, and the pressure got to the young quarterback there. Martin got hit as he threw, and that changed the trajectory of that pass. Otherwise, that might have been a big play there. Like I said, Osman was wide open there across the middle.
2nd down and 10, clock stop, 5:56 to go in the quarter. Martin under center with Zeke Robinson in motion. The give is to Sherwood. Well, he's just tough to bring down. Finally wrestled down. If you're pushing Alex Kowalczyk backwards, you're a good running back. Kowalczyk had 18 tackles a couple of weeks ago. He gets his 1st of the day there. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, I was walking around campus earlier, and I'm pretty sure it was Alex Kowalczyk that tackled me. He just tackles everything that moves.
Just his nature. Alex Kowalczyk, one of the best in the conference, a second-team all-conference performer a year ago. Big third down here, 3rd and 8, 5:17 to go, first quarter. Martin fires, nobody home. Wanted Osman. They had 2 routes crossing each other up, but the pass off the mark, and it'll be 4th down.
A similar play as they ran a moment ago. That time Osman was covered much better. Marzion Cosby there on the coverage was not nearly as open as he was the last time.
So now 4th down and 8. They will punt it away, or at least line up in punt formation. Jacob Bird back to receive the punt for the Wildcats. High snap. Dicker, nice job just to handle it. Driving Bird backwards.
Wow.
From the 12, a good punt. Bird trying to get past the coverage. Able to get across the 15 down to the 18-yard line. A fantastic punt under duress of 51 yards. Again, Carter Dicker came into today averaging just 35 yards per punt last in the conference, but he got off a good one there.
Yeah, he looked like Ray Guy on that one. Got all of it. Great kick.
So Wayne State will take over. 4:58 to go, first quarter, with an offense that normally explosive, but to this point they have not really done much of anything offensively.
The Wildcats have had 500 yards in 3 different games this year, over 500 yards. This is a quality offense. Give the Mustangs credit so far. They've really kept the Wildcats from getting comfortable.
Prior to this play, which is complete to Schmatter, Wayne State just 23 yards of total offense. Lou, we did a game earlier this year where they were creeping on 200 after the first quarter.
Yeah.
So Southwest Minnesota State has done a nice job so far. Schmatter gets 5 there, and it'll be 2nd down. Checking in on the offensive line for Wayne State. On the left side, Carter Church, sophomore out of Ogden, Iowa, 3:15. Blocking for Bone. Pressured by Burns, gets it away. Schmatter stays open and has first down yardage. There you see Bowen throwing against the grain, completing the pass, moving the sticks. Wayne State, just their 3rd first down of the game, sets them up at the 31-yard line.
Right now, Bowen's been able to complete some short passes. Eventually, they're going to go downfield, but again, that's part of trying to get this offense in some sort of rhythm.
Watkins dancing between defenders down to the 35. It's 3, maybe 4. Watkins last week, 77 rushing yards, but only had 8 carries. He was really limited. He had a 72-yard touchdown run. Other than that, 7 carries for 5 yards. Augustana did a nice job hemming him in last week.
Yeah, just that one long touchdown run that kind of got Wayne State back in the game. They were down 24-9 at that time.
On 2nd and 6, Bowen wide open. Mistake defensively. Mason Lee somehow getting wide open on the sideline into Southwest Minnesota State territory at the 41-yard line. This is an offense that has 2 receivers ranked in the top 10 in the conference in yards per reception. Mason Lee is one of them.
Yeah, it looked like the defensive back for Southwest Minnesota State, he turned his back on the route. That was Kenneth Stevenson, and lost track of Lee.
Option play on first down, the pitch, 4G, he's got room, first down yardage again. Inside the 30, and now Wayne State's offense starting to cook with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, they're getting it going now, having some success throwing the football. Able to get a couple of first downs. Now you're knocking on the door. This is where Wayne State wants to be very good as you enter. You're not quite there yet, but as you get close to that red zone.
So 1st and 10 inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Bowen swing pass near side. It's Orr. Good blocking by Jaden Johnson. Springs him for a few extra yards. A correction, it was Johnson who made the catch earlier for Wayne State, not Mason Lee. 1 6, the other's 8, and their jerseys get bunched up. It can be hard to tell them apart, especially on the far side of the field. That one I know for sure was Shane Orr. It went for about 5-6 yards.
Yeah, see, I thought it was just me because I'm old and I have bad eyes. That I.
Second down and 4 for Wayne State. Orr in motion. On the fake, Bone will swing it to Orr out of the backfield. SMSU playing soft. Orr able to dive on his own fumble. A break for the Wildcats there as it bounces right back up into his breadbasket. It'll be first down Wildcats.
Yeah, Orr's lucky there was no other defenders over there in that immediate area for the Mustangs. Just lost the football. And you're also lucky because sometimes the football takes crazy bounces. This time it just kind of bounced right back up to him. Able to just land on it. Good job to stay with it and save the possession.
Now from the 19-yard line, they hand off. Kaiser cuts into the middle for about 3 to the 16-yard line, coming up on a minute and a half to go first quarter. No score. This is by far the best the Wildcats offense has looked this afternoon.
Yeah, like Kaiser out there spelling Watkins, different sort of back, a little bit more of an inside running back, but we've seen Kaiser in high school at Cedar Catholic. He's a quality athlete and a good second back for this football team.
Kaiser was really starting to get it going last season when he suffered a season-ending injury. I know the coaching staff has been glad to have him back, and you see why there as he gets inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. It'll be first and goal. Wayne State, Jacob Kaiser on a gain of 8.
Yeah, Kaiser just followed right up the middle with that nice spin move there to pick up extra yards. And now the Wildcats knocking on the door.
9-play drive. This will be the 10th play. It's already gone 73 yards. The Wildcats looking for 9 more. 38 seconds to go in the quarter. Orr in motion. They'll option it to Orr. To the edge and gang tackled out of bounds at the 5.
I like the call there. Misdirection got Southwest Minnesota State flowing to the right, and then they bring or to the that'd be the right for the defense, and then brought the option play the other way.
You see the Southwest Minnesota State coaching staff. Coach Scott Underwood, his first year here. He's been coaching a long time, though spent 12 years at the now departed St. Cloud State football program. On second and goal, Bowen up the middle. You're not going to get past Ante Burns. Burns with a strong tackle at the 3. It'll be third and goal.
Wayne State now, as we go to the second quarter, they're knocking on the door again.
Big third down play coming up after 1. No score. You're watching Wayne State football on NCN.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're here at the grill, waiting for the flip.
He has a great hot lie here on the grill. Looks like he is going with the tongs here, Jim. A great choice.
Timing is everything.
Nailed it!
A flip for the ages.
What a flip. Perfect marks. I'd take a slice out of that one.
Certified Piedmontese, real Nebraska beef. So tender and dripping in flavor, you won't believe a steak this good can be shipped right to your front door.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. If your business needs help financing big-ticket items, visit gocurrency.com for details. And by Custom Sports. Represent your school and look good doing it with Custom Sports.
Second quarter getting going here at Cunningham Field on the campus of Wayne State College. The Wildcats looking to strike first against Southwest Minnesota State. Alongside Lou Siefker, Nolan Hoffman on the sideline. I'm Eric McKay. It is third and goal for Wayne State from the 3. And Lou, a touchdown here after what's been a very impressive drive would, I think, put Wayne State in good position here early.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been an excellent drive. You want to end it with 6 if you can.
Up the middle, Watkins trying to power his way there. He's a yard shy, and now it's decision time for Coach Nate Thayer. You have basically an automatic, one would think, at field goal and Powders if you want it. Jacob Kaiser immediately ran out on the field. It's fourth and goal from the 1.
I think they're going to go for it. If that was a no gain and it's at the 3, I think maybe you kick the field goal. Here at the 1-yard line, obviously I think Coach Masters feels pretty comfortable. They are going to go for it.
Kaiser is in at fullback. It's Bowen straight ahead, and he's in. Touchdown, Wayne State. Nick Bowen, his 6th rushing touchdown this season, and the Wildcats strike first.
Well, it's a great drive for Wayne State that ends in the touchdown. And that time Bowen just followed the fullback off that left side. And that's exactly how you want to end a quality drive, ending it with a touchdown. I like the fact that Wayne State not afraid to go for it on 4th and 1 there and go for the 6 points.
Caps off an impressive 13-play, 82-yard drive. Powder's on for the extra point. He's only missed one this year. He makes that one. And on the Faith Regional Physician Services Currency scoreboard, 14:24 to go in the half, 7-0 Wayne State on NCN.
For the streamers, for the gamers, for the long-distance video call makers, for the ones who don't want to miss out on the fiber things in life, they have Allo. Allo Fiber Internet keeps you connected with fast, reliable service and 24/7 support, so you can always get the ultimate experience. No hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts. Experience the fiber things in life with Allo's super fast internet. Visit us at allofiber.com/fiberthings.
At Unity Eye Centers in Norfolk, their focus is on you. As the leading provider of optometry with advanced diagnostics and equipment, they can ensure your eye health is their top priority. A quick glance at their frame area will show you that you can have style as well as function, with plenty of frames to choose from. Their mission is to educate patients and provide cutting-edge technology and exceptional service with personalized care. Come to Unity Eye Centers in Norfolk to clearly see the difference. Why? Because your eyes deserve it.
Wayne State up 7-0 here on NCN alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. Powder's getting set to kick it away after Wayne State caps off a 13-play drive with a touchdown. And Southwest Minnesota State will look for an answer. Good coverage there, driving them back to the 19-yard line. That's Dawson Forgey on the stop. And Lou, we talked at the outset about how Southwest Minnesota State wanted to try to control the tempo of this game. It's gone completely the opposite. Wayne State is dominating time of possession right now.
Yeah, and if you're the Mustangs, you want to be the team that wins the time of possession. It's not even close right now. And that the first quarter, although there were no points, it was 20 plays to 10 plays in favor of Wayne State, now 22. And obviously the touchdown, 105 yards to only 20 for Southwest Minnesota State. Southwest Minnesota State has not run the ball very well. Part of that is you lost about 15 yards on that bad snap, which goes against the rushing totals, but they have only about 10 yards rushing here in this first half so far.
A quarterback keeper play, essentially a quarterback sneak. The ball came out. Boy, this was bizarre. I think SMS thought they were going to get an offsides. Did sort of a quick snap, drove it forward. You had the quarterback, Martin, just rugby scrumming his way for 9 yards, lost the football, then got it back, and it's a first down. That was strange.
I mean, whatever works.
There was a Wayne State lineman who was close to being in the neutral zone, and I think they just snapped it to get the penalty. Ended up getting 10 yards out of it. So Marcus Martin, a 10-yard run. In motion is Robinson. Handoff here. Oh, bouncing off defenders and getting to the outside is Austin. This is Donald Austin, the sophomore out of Heartland, Wisconsin. Again, he filled in when Sherwood was out and did so admirably. Over 500 yards on the season. It's a really nice gain and a first down for the Mustangs.
We talked about Kaiser and what a good second option he is. How about Donald Austin? Excellent player, an excellent play there to bounce out. Looked like nothing going there. Bounced out around that left side. Picks up a nice gain.
So 1st and 10 now from the 43. Martin on play action. Wants it all over the top. Has a man picked off. Jumping underneath the route is Javon France. Lou, we talked about it earlier. Leads the conference in passes defended. That's his second interception of the season.
Yeah, he had that one nailed down. Great coverage. They're trying to get the ball over the top over France, but he just closed so well. We're going to see it here. And you'll see when it comes into view here, France just all over the play, makes a nice catch and a big interception. And boy, that's if you're going to come on the road and win against Wayne State for Southwest Minnesota State, the Mustangs can't turn the ball over. And you certainly don't want to turn it over right away after Wayne State just put together an impressive drive and give the ball right back to that offense.
That was the one thing that Martin didn't do in the loss last week, did not turn the ball over, did so there, though, and it's a big one. So now Wayne State to the left side, incomplete on the pass intended for Trevor Marshall. Marshall, redshirt freshman out of Gretna, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. We talk about France again. They've stopped kind of throwing his way. He really didn't do much in last week's game against Augustana, but I think it's just because he's shutting down receivers. They've kind of stopped looking his way, and on that play there, I think he showed you why.
Yeah, it's not always stats that matter with cornerbacks. It's how often they get thrown on.
What a block on the outside there thrown by the receiver to get Bone a couple of extra yards. That was David Elder, the junior, who's been sort of a do-it-all player for Coach Nate Thayer. We've seen him in the backfield, in the running game, used in the passing game, that time as a lead blocker. Gain of about 9. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, that block really sprung Bowen, and now you've got a very makeable 3rd down situation.
Bowen checking the sideline on 3rd down and 1 from the 28, 12-16 to go in the half. They fake to the motion man. Bowen up the middle, hit hard, but he's got 1st down yardage. At the 30-yard line, a gain of 2. Play finished off by Terrion Rowe, but not before the Wildcats able to move the sticks. Get their 8th 1st down of the game. That's twice as many as SMS.
The thing to think about here, especially with the time of possession building in favor of Wayne State, is the weather. I mean, it's going to be a hot afternoon for October, and you can certainly wear down a defense if you hold on to the football and then you throw the temperature in on that.
All day for Bone to throw. He's able to get it on the rollout. Had to go through his progressions, I think, twice before he found a man open. Yeah. It was Ashton Schmatter, his 3rd reception today, just shy of 1st down yardage.
Well, if you give Bone that much time, he is going to make something happen.
Yeah, SMS has been content just rushing 3. They're not getting there, and it's hard to find openings when there's 8 back in coverage. But again, like you said, Lou, you can't give Nick Bowen too much time.
Yeah.
He will find a way to beat you. Now 2nd and short. Swing pass, near side, good block. That'll spring 1st down yardage and more. Down the near sideline across the 45 to midfield goes David Elder. 3rd member of our broadcast crew is Nolan Hoffman. Nolan, take it away.
Yeah, guys, believe it or not, and I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but Wayne State College is actually the most penalized team in the NSIC this season so far at around 61 yards and penalties per game. So I'm sure that's something that Logan Masters and company are going to want to clean up starting today as they make this playoff push, or potentially try to make this playoff push. Back up to you, Eric.
And we talked about it earlier. That's a good point, Nolan, that the penalty kind of stalled the first drive. They've been clean on the 2 drives since, and Coach Logan Masters sees his team now rolling down the field there. That's the second completion of the game to Jaden Johnson.
What Wayne State's doing now is they're just kind of dinking and dunking against the zone defense of Southwest Minnesota State. We mentioned only bringing 3 people on that rush and 8 in coverage. And so really nothing downfield, so you're getting a lot of the swing passes and the short passes. Just find the holes in that zone.
Bone 9 of 11 for 87 yards. Now 10 of 12 as he finds Johnson again for 1st down yardage out across the 25 down to the 24-yard line. And Lou, one thing about this receiving crew, they're fantastic route runners. Again, if you're going to be content to stay in zone, they're going to find openings.
Yeah, they're going to beat you. And certainly you've got a strong-arm quarterback like Bowen to get them the ball. Good weapons, good combination of receiver and quarterback with this Wayne State offense.
Johnson, 3 receptions for 50 yards here in the first half. Back to Watkins on the ground. Off tackle right for a couple. It'll be 2nd down, 9.5 to go. First half, Wayne State trying to extend their lead. They continue to dominate time of possession. Now 30 plays to just 13 for Southwest Minnesota State.
Yeah, the Mustangs will not win this game if that stays consistent. And, you know, with the Mustangs, you mentioned they come off of a really tough loss, 43-7 to Winona State. Last year, Wayne State won 38-16, but it was 31-3 at halftime in Marshall, Minnesota.
Swing pass right side. Oh, that could have been 6 for the Mustangs. Well covered by Marquise Ogletree. The junior out of Pasadena, California, had a beat on that one.
Yeah, he read that perfectly. I'm not sure that Bone even saw him breaking. It seemed like he just kind of came out of nowhere. But a great break on the ball. If he catches that, you're right, Eric, that's 6 points the other way.
Yeah, we're looking for Trevor Marshall. Ogletree just sat down on it. So now 3rd and 8, 8:55 to go in the half. From the 22-yard line. Bowen sitting down in that zone again. That's a first down. That's Ashton Schmatter. Nice game for the sophomore, his 4th reception. And the sophomore out of Bennington, these are two who are used to playing in a pitch-and-catch scenario. They played together a lot in high school at Bennington High. They connect there for a first down.
Schmatter just sat on that zone, just turned, and Bone threw a strike. You threw it low, but that's way only your receiver is the only one that's going to have a chance.
1st and goal. Watkins swarmed upon quickly and brought down. That was Thomas Mergen, the sophomore out of Rochester, Minnesota, making the play. Mergen 7th in the conference in tackles coming into today. Had a season-high 10 last week. He had almost 400 in his career in high school. But he has always been a very good linebacker. 8 minutes to go. First half, 2nd and goal back at the 9. Watkins been held in check pretty well today. 18 yards on 6 carries. They try him again. Finds the hole. Across the 5, stretching close to the end zone. It'll be 3rd and goal.
I got to tell you, Eric, that was a great run.
Yeah.
Watkins just dancing in the middle of that defense, finding space. He's not the biggest guy in the world, listed at 5'10", 180. And that might even be generous, but he's got such great feet in traffic and was able to dance through there and really pick up more than a lot of guys would have, almost scored. There's 3rd down and goal at the 2.
Diego Maldonado made the touchdown-saving tackle on 3rd and goal from the 2. Watkins again, diving into the pile, won't get there. It'll be 4th and goal from the 1 again. Well, Coach Masters already went for it once. Jacob Kaiser is heading out there on offense. I think they're going to try it again.
Yeah, might run the similar play. It worked last time. You just bring Kaiser in as that blocking fullback, keep the ball in the hands of Bone, and just follow that fullback through the line. Again, that worked last time. We'll see what Wayne State cooks up here on this one.
4th and goal from the 1. Again, this time it's Bone to the right.
He's in.
It's going to depend on the spot.
Oh.
I don't know if he got the ball over.
I thought it looked like he broke the plane. It depends on when his knee came down.
Now they're going to say Southwest Minnesota State got the stop at the goal line. A great stand for the Mustangs, and they'll take over on downs. Take another look here. He was met right at the goal line by Ante Burns, and the ball, I don't think, ever really truly broke the plane.
Yeah, officials right there on the play. Up here, it looked to me like he was right on that line. But again, officials much closer than I am.
Handoff up the middle, just looking for some breathing room. Good, strong run here, driving Wayne State backwards. Let's see if Southwest Minnesota State can do something with this momentum. That's a nice run on 1st down. Austin able to get across the 5 to the 6. So for all the dominance on offense, still just a 7-0 game with 6:16 to go in the half.
Yeah, I still like the fact that they went for it there.
Absolutely.
I think at the 1-yard line, you have to go for it. And that time come up short. Credit Mustangs defensively.
2nd down and 4 now from the 7. We got movement all over the place.
Now left tackle there for Minnesota State jumped.
That's Tyler Nebelong, the redshirt freshman, 6'5", 323 out of Ramsey, Minnesota. That's a redshirt freshman. That means he was almost that big in high school.
Yeah, that's They grow them big these days, I'm telling you. 325 back in my day, that was like a small car.
So that moves them back a couple, now 2nd down and 8. Marcus Martin, the redshirt freshman, filling in for their injured normal starting quarterback, hands it off here. Martin started last week, the first true freshman to start for Southwest Minnesota State at quarterback in 22 years.
Wow.
It had been since 2000. Rob Fagnan started as a true freshman, had a great career. In fact, actually played professionally at the arena level, played a couple years for the Sioux Falls Storm in the mid-2000s. Here in our second quarter, brought to you by Unity Eye Centers with offices in Norfolk, Pierce, Columbus, Grand Island, and St. Paul. 5:03 to go, first half. Still a one-score game despite Wayne State's dominance in time of possession. Martin with time, now flushed. Hit hard. Boy, this team's strong.
Yeah.
They are not easy to bring down. Martin might just have first down yardage there. He's going to be close.
He's going to be close. I think he's going to be a little short, but we'll see.
If you're Coach Scott Underwood, you appreciate the effort, but I think maybe you take him over and say, you're the backup quarterback. Don't need you necessarily taking hits like that.
Yeah, hold your breath there when the quarterback gets running up the middle and taking some shots from that Wayne State defense. It's going to be short. So now you have no choice. You can't even risk it here to go for it, even though it's only a matter of about half a yard. Got to kick the football away. And I tell you what, Dicker has been outstanding.
Really has.
In this first half, punting the football.
Averaging 47 yards a punt. Wayne State's defense has held SMS to just 55 yards here in this first half. Dicker, that one not good at all. It was almost blocked. That one might have been touched up a little bit. Down to the 38-yard line. Wayne State had streaked into the backfield, and if it wasn't blocked, it was certainly altered. Just a 36-yard punt, no return.
Yeah, I'm not sure if anybody got their hands on it or not. It looked like it went off the side of his foot. I guess that's kind of like the broadcasting curse when somebody's shooting a free throw.
Boy, he's been great at punting today, Shank. Take another look. Let's see if they were able to get a hand on it or not. Streaking in there, boy. I think he might have gotten a piece of that.
Yep, he got up
with his
awfully
left
high.
hand. So now Wayne State, fantastic field position on the opposing 38. Bone wants it all, has a man wide open. It's caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Wayne State. Trevor Marshall's second receiving touchdown this season.
I'll just right down that sideline. He got wide open to Trevor Marshall. Southwest Minnesota State lost track of him. Watch this throw, though. It's a perfect throw across the field. And again, we've talked about it a lot. Sometimes those wide open plays are harder to make than when the guy's covered, but he put that right on the money. Great play.
And Lou, remember earlier that play that was almost intercepted? That set up that play. That was the pump and go on a play that they ran similar earlier. Bad snap. Nice job by the holder to get that down. Bowen, as the holder, was able to scramble and get the kick up and good. And on the Faith Regional Physician Services Currency scoreboard, 14-0 now. Wayne State with the lead on NCN.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we believe in local. It's something we live by. It's something we're proud of. It's helping our neighbors grow like they've helped us. Supporting families, investing in lives, and creating prosperity. Local means making decisions that grow and improve surrounding communities we call home. Investing in our nonprofits and giving back. Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, great for you, great for your community.
A one-play, 38-yard drive converts to a touchdown for Wayne State. They had two really long, sustained drives. One that they converted on a 4th and goal, though another one stopped at the 1. And now they just hit on a big play. I tell you what, Southwest Minnesota State, that's a demoralizing play because you just come up with a big defensive stop while you're not able to move the ball. You still feel like your defense is starting to build some momentum.
Right.
And Wayne State just lands a huge haymaker with 3:54 to go in the half.
Boy, and if you look at the stats, they're lopsided in favor of Wayne State. 223 yards to 55 for Southwest Minnesota State. As we mentioned about time of possession, they've only had 16 plays to 37 for Wayne State. That's just not a recipe really for the Mustangs to stay in this game, let alone win it.
And here's the problem if you're Southwest Minnesota State. This is a team that runs the football 2/3 of the time. They are not even under normal circumstances a team that throws the ball a lot. But now you don't have your normal starting quarterback. Justice McComb is out. So now you've got to find a way with a true freshman quarterback getting points before the half, absolutely paramount. The Mustangs will get the ball to start the second half, so not all is lost, but they got to move the ball here.
Yeah, you like to get something on the board before halftime. That's the good news. Despite lopsided statistics, you're only down 2 scores. You get a big play here, get some points on the board, get the ball to start the third quarter. You can get right back in this thing. It's all is not lost, but certainly I think this drive, you've got to get something out of this one.
That young man that just carried the football, I think, is a guy they really need to go to a lot. That's Sherwood. For about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Sherwood with 38 yards on 8 carries. And don't forget to stay tuned. We've got the halftime show coming up, presented by Wayne State College, devoted to student success now for more than 100 years. 2nd and 6 over the middle in traffic and caught. Well, that was a laser beam to Eric Lira, the redshirt freshman out of Phoenix, Arizona. Makes the play and moves the sticks for SMS at the 39-yard line.
Well, that's one of those catches you check, make sure all your fingers are still on your hand after that one.
Lira was held without a catch last week in that loss to Winona State. Now 1st and 10 from the 39, 2:53 to go in the half. Sherwood finding some room up the middle. 1st down yardage into Wayne State territory. Boy, you give him an inch, he's going to take a lot more. Really shifty running back, running well there to the 49-yard line.
What a second gear in traffic. Just shot through there. Didn't look like that was going anywhere. And Sherwood right up the middle. Great job there. Great pickup.
So now Sherwood sitting on 50 yards rushing. 1st and 10 in Wayne State territory. It's Sherwood again, and it's Sherwood with another good gain again. Close to 1st down yardage. They mark him down at the 40. But, Lou, that's been the Mustangs' best offense. Just keep it between the tackles and use one of the best running backs in the conference, if not the nation.
Yeah, they're just they're doing a good job getting some chunk plays on the ground with Sherwood. And you've got time still, 2 minutes. And all your timeouts left.
Tanner Cooper made the stop. Here's Austin running for the 1st down. Donald Austin, with him getting the time that he got, all of a sudden, Southwest Minnesota State has an impressive 1-2 punch in the backfield. Austin, a sophomore out of Wisconsin. He actually has their best rushing performance of the year at 217 yards on the ground against Upper Iowa. That was with Sherwood out. So you got 2 different running backs with 200-yard games to their credit on this Mustang roster.
2 guys you feel comfortable with carrying the football.
Good drive here, 1:24 to go in the half. In motion is Tolbert. On play action, they swing to Tolbert. Far side, it's well covered. Driven out of bounds by Kowalczyk. The sophomore linebacker making the play. Kowalczyk had 9 tackles and a sack last week. 2nd in the conference in tackles coming into today.
He's one of the best defenders here in the Northern Sun Conference, no question about it. Good news for Wayne State. Young football player, only a sophomore. Sky's the limit for Kowalczyk.
Was Northern Sun Defensive Player of the Week a couple of weeks ago after his 18 tackle performance. He's now won that award twice. Southwest Minnesota State calls a timeout. We'll take one as well. 1:16 to go in the half. 14-0 Wayne State on NCN.
Let your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County, Nebraska for some high-flying fun.
legendary family adventures, out-of-this-world shopping, star-studded evenings, and award-winning experiences. Our flights are never canceled. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
Beautiful day in Wayne, Nebraska. Sunny skies. It's warm. I noticed we had Nolan Hoffman down there on the sidelines. He's eschewed a jacket, which I think makes sense given the current conditions right now. 74, but it's going to get warmer than that. The high here in Wayne expected to be 85.
Yeah, that is insane.
That'll be approaching 90 tomorrow. They're expecting highs in the upper 80s here in northeast Nebraska.
This is the time of the year where you bring some sunscreen and then make sure your snow shovel's in the car.
It can change in a hurry. Southwest Minnesota State hoping to change things. Down 14-0. This their best drive of the day by far. Minute 16 to go in the half. Second down and 9 from the 37. In motion is Osman. Martin pressured, flushed, tripped up. Oh, what a play in the backfield for the sack. Martin brought down for the loss. That's big number 98 for Wayne State. Gunnar Sheps making the play, the junior out of Napa, California.
Yeah, Sheps, the defensive end, puts his big paw out there and trips him up, gets the sack. Watch him just trip him up.
By a toenail.
Yeah. Grab the shoelace there and bring him down. And might mention that Jacob Kuznia there for Wayne State, number 70, he came out of the game a couple of plays ago. Looks like he might be getting his ankle taped up. He's got his shoe off right now on the training table.
Kuznia, that's good depth on that defensive line. One of the defensive tackles that they sub in. That's the one place on this roster where maybe they're a little thin. Drake Peed and Luke Sims, the starters. You'll see Peed shift either to the defensive tackle or the nose guard spot. Kuznia is that third guy that comes in, so that's a big loss. He doesn't have a ton of stats, but he's a good run stuffer. And Wayne State will need all the guys they can, especially today against a team that runs the football so much.
Yeah, that kind of depth, absolutely, very key, not only in this game, but if you're going to make a run here the rest of the year. As you mentioned, they kind of rotate people in between the defensive tackle and nose guard, and Kuznia is one of those guys that provides that quality depth that Wayne State needs.
So 3rd and 14 after the sack at the 42, minute 1 to go in the half. 4 receivers split wide, now 3 to the left as Osman goes in motion. Another bad stab. Martin able to handle it. Looking deep, has a man. It is caught inside the 5, down to the 1-yard line. It's Osman. Lou, if that ball's thrown well, it's an easy touchdown. As it is, it's 1st and goal.
Yeah, Osman was wide open, got behind the defense despite getting a little bit of pressure on him. I think Mustangs did a pretty good job protecting him, but he got the ball away, and Osman behind the defense wide open. You're right, if that's out in front of him, that's an easy touchdown.
Jacob Bird brings him down, but it's 1st and goal at the 1, 45 seconds and ticking. Martin, hands off, looking for Osman on an end around, and Wayne State's ready for it. The clock will keep running. Breaking through is Tanner Cooper to make the play there. That's a loss, and SMS has to burn a timeout.
Wow.
So now they're out of timeouts with 31 seconds to go.
Yeah, and on top of that, you got a little bit of a loss. Lost a couple of yards. Cooper with a game-changing play there. That looked like that was going to be a touchdown. Cooper shot through there, and not only do they not score, they lose yardage. And now, as you mentioned, use their last timeout. So see how that affects how this last couple plays go. Only 31 seconds to go. Team that likes to run the football, you can't really run the football now. You got to try to throw it in the end zone.
Cooper making the play, the junior, the transfer out of Diablo Valley College, was 2-time all-conference at that JUCO school out in California. Was a little quiet last week, but makes a huge play there.
Yeah, that's a gigantic one. I mean, you may, if you don't get anything out of this, if you're Southwest Minnesota State, I assume, unless they're going to take a chance, try to run the football and then try to run another play on 4th down, or run your field goal unit on. If you're not able to score here, on this play, and assuming it's a pass, you're probably looking at getting a field goal because you got to get some points on the board.
And with no timeouts, you probably came out of this timeout with 2 plays in mind in case, for whatever reason, you don't get to the end zone, but the clock keeps going here. 2nd and goal from the 3. Martin on the rollout. Reversing back, that's the worst thing, would be a sack, and now that's going to help SMS quite a bit. The flag coming in, the pass was intended for Aiden Ferguson, the tight end in the end zone, but they're going to get Wayne State with the hold. Pass interference, that'll be an automatic first down, and SMS goes back to the 1-yard line with 25 seconds.
Yeah, you went from a great defensive play that might have changed how this plays out to a defensive penalty that puts it right back in Southwest Minnesota State's pocket, because now it's first down, and you probably could, depending on what you've called here, is to mix in a run play with 25 seconds left.
Just the 2nd penalty of the day on Wayne State, but it comes at a bad time. Martin throwing, end zone. Was he inbounds? He was not. Incomplete. Great effort on the sideline by Zeke Robinson to haul that in. Bird was on the coverage. It'll be 2nd and goal, now 19 seconds.
Marcus Martin was out there. He had his hands up. He said touchdown, and none of the officials agreed with him, but he said touchdown.
Yeah, he's going to politic in his own favor. Martin has been solid today, 4 of 8 through the air, 59 yards. Did throw the interception earlier, but connected on a 41-yarder to Peter Osmond that has set them up in this goal-to-go situation. 19 seconds.
Yep, 19 seconds, so
they've got 2 running backs in on the rollout. They want to go back to the end zone. Martin going to try to run for it, and he's in. Touchdown, Southwest Minnesota State. The true freshman, Marcus Martin, able to get the Mustangs on the board with 13 seconds in the half.
They could have had a touchdown pass. Dustin Pample, the tight end, was open in the back of the end zone. Martin elected to keep it, and that's a bit of a gamble. You get tackled in the field of play. Clock might run out on you, but Martin able to overpower Wayne State's defender there and into the end zone. What a big drive there for the Mustangs.
First career rushing touchdown for Martin. The extra point is up. It is good. And with 13 seconds to go in the half, 14-7, Wayne State's lead trimmed in half. You're watching Wayne State football on NCN.
Wayne State is the college of choice.
Smart choice.
Sound choice. Natural choice.
Strong choice. Original choice. Bold choice.
Affordable choice.
With over 130 programs of study, Wayne State College is the
first choice. First choice.
First choice.
For students who want an excellent education at an affordable cost. Get started at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
I was working at a manufacturing home.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Fair catch by Jaden Johnson on the kickoff. Wayne State likely, well, we'll see what they do. They'll probably just kneel down and end this first half alongside Lou Siefker, Nolan Hoffman on the sideline. I'm Eric McKay. Wayne State, I mean, they're dominating this game in just about every facet, but that drive by Southwest Minnesota State has really changed the complexion.
Well, you look at the possessions earlier from Southwest Minnesota State. 3 plays, 7 plays, 3 plays, 3 plays. That was 11 plays, 75 yards, a much-needed score. We said they had to get on the board to feel like they had a chance in the second half. They do exactly that. Now you got a ball game, regardless of what the stats say. Mustangs definitely in this thing.
Southwest Minnesota State will get the ball to start the second half. As we head to the break, it's Wayne State 14, Southwest Minnesota State 7. You're watching Wayne State Wildcat football on NCN.
I was working at a manufacturing home plant here in town. I was working with a radial arm saw where you hit a button on the floor and it activates the saw to come out. I reached down, didn't realize somebody had moved the pedal over in front of the saw. When I reached down for him, my foot hit the pedal and my hand was gone. So they life flighted me to Norfolk, and 13 hours later, I got my hand back on. Faith Regional, Dr. Harsel, a deep place in my heart. Very awesome place. I mean, they're always right there. Saved my hand, saved my life. I chose to stay at Faith Regional for my therapy because they knew what they were doing. They worked with me from day one. Therapy team is just tremendous at what they do. If you have any kind of hand problems, surgery, whatever, go see the team at Faith Regional. When I needed major hand surgery, I had Faith.
I'm Chris Suckup, and I started at Madison County Bank in 2003. Experience, commitment to community, and unmatched customer service. Madison County Bank has been rooted in Northeast Nebraska for over 130 years and is here to help you grow. For ag banking, home loans, and business banking, visit your local Madison County Bank in
Madison,
Plainview,
Albion, and all of Northeast Nebraska.
At Unity Eye Centers in Norfolk, their focus is on you. As the leading provider of optometry with advanced diagnostics and equipment, they can ensure your eye health is their top priority. A quick glance at their frame area will show you that you can have style as well as function, with plenty of frames to choose from. Their mission is to educate patients and provide cutting-edge technology and exceptional service with personalized care. Come to Unity Eye Centers in Norfolk to clearly see the difference. Why? Because your eyes deserve it.
When the game wraps up, or even before kickoff, our community welcomes you with open arms. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is happy to have you here, and we want to show you what we're all about. From wide open spaces to music, shopping, entertainment, and more, there is always something for you to discover in our city. Stop by the Visitors Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit Lincoln.org. The Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
Halftime here at Cunningham Field in Wayne. Our halftime show presented by Wayne State College, devoted to student success for more than 100 years. Alongside Lou Siefker, Nolan Hoffman on the sideline, I'm Eric McKay, 14-7. Wayne State with the lead at the half. And Lou, that one drive by Southwest Minnesota State at the end of the second quarter really changes, I think, how both teams feel about things as we head into the locker room.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that. That was an impressive drive. It took 11 plays. They find the end zone when they had to find the end zone, and when you get the football to start the third quarter, like we said, it was pretty lopsided in favor of Wayne State, but it was only 14-0. One drive can get you back in the game. They got that drive. Now it changes things a little bit, puts a little more pressure on Wayne State. I think the Wayne State players maybe look around a little bit and saying, what happened? We had this game under control. It's up to the Wildcats to come out and play well, obviously, in the third quarter. But you feel, if you're the Mustangs, you feel you're right back in this thing.
Let's take a look at our halftime highlights in the first half as Wayne State trying to get back on track after that loss to Augustana a week ago. Wayne State early on trying to get something going through the air. Was good coverage in the sack by Southwest Minnesota State. It took a while for Wayne State's offense to get things going. An option play here extends a drive. It wasn't really until the late first quarter that Wayne State was able to get their offense going, actually finished off the drive at the beginning of the second quarter. Nick Bowen in from a yard out on 4th and goal. And Wayne State had the 7-0 lead. Southwest Minnesota State not afraid of taking deep shots with the freshman quarterback, but that time Javon France making his second interception of the season. That set up Wayne State again after a couple of drives stall. Another one drives on 4th and goal at the 1. They find the end zone. Trevor Marshall from 38 yards out, his second receiving touchdown of the year. But Southwest Minnesota State able to set things up deep downfield. Just before the half, that 41-yard pitch and catch to Peter Osmond sets up the rushing touchdown by Marcus Martin with 13 seconds to go in the first half. And Southwest Minnesota State, look, they've suffered a couple of tough losses in a row, Lou, but they feel pretty confident. This is a team that, again, started the season 4-1. They feel like they've got some talent. They've got a good running attack, and now they'll get the ball to start the second half. If that offense is able to cook up even a field goal, this could be a very different game.
Absolutely. I think that's exactly what they're talking about at halftime is no matter what the game, how the game started, how the game first half went, you got yourself back in it. Now come out and play the third quarter, like you're in the ball game and try to win this thing. Now, the last two games they lost, Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls arguably the best team in the Northern Sun, and then. Yep. I think Winona State is surprisingly good this season. They're 5-2, but 2-0 in the South. So you played excellent teams. Now you got another tough opponent here today against Wayne State. Not really intimidated. They've already played two really good opponents coming into this thing, and that drive just gives you momentum. I always say momentum is such a fickle mistress. You never know where it's going, but right now, after that drive, it's in the back pocket of Southwest Minnesota State.
14-7, Wayne State with the lead over Southwest Minnesota State. You talk about momentum being a fickle mistress. So too is Mother Nature.
Yeah.
What was the here in Wayne, the low temperature on Tuesday was 17 degrees.
Yeah.
And now here we are approaching 80 on a Saturday. I think a lot of folks were thinking, well, maybe time to put the grills away, but not just yet. One final great cookout weekend, and what better way to enjoy that final cookout than with some Piedmontese beef, Lou? We've been enjoying that all season long, and it's about as good as a beef as you're going to find.
I don't know that many people heard us talk about it because it's halftime. They're all out on their decks, on their patios,
That's true.
grilling up the Piedmontese beef right now. What better way to enjoy a Saturday afternoon in the fall when it's beautiful like this, to smell that Piedmontese beef grilling away. I gotta go find.
Yeah,
something.
I know. It's we always do these games like right around some mealtime too. It's like, hey, talk about this food for a while. It is amazing. Italian heritage breed, Nebraska raised perfection. We were able to try some of their New York strip and some of their steaks, and the hamburger is incredible.
Great.
As well, it made great hamburgers, chili, tacos, you name it. It's all fantastic, lean, tender, and delicious. And I think the best part, maybe we got some folks up in Minnesota watching the game today. They'll ship it to you. You can order it online. They'll send some of that great Piedmontese beef up there to the North Star State. You can order it at cpbeef.com. 14-7, Wayne State with the lead over SMSU. We'll take a look at some of the other Northern Sun Conference action coming up. It's the halftime show on NCN.
When you want to wear your pride on your sleeve, true Nebraskans turn to NebraskaScreenPrinting.com for the latest screen printing and embroidery design. View hundreds of designs or upload your own for any school activity, sport, booster club, or business. We can do it all in whatever color your pride comes in. Get your group order in for your event or team at NebraskaScreenPrinting.com today for a fast and convenient turnaround. We're custom sports screen printing and embroidery at NebraskaScreenPrinting.com. Proud to be Nebraskan.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo, high-key internet for a low-key price. Want to know what games we're televising each week? Follow us on Twitter at NCN Sports.
Allo means reliability, productivity, connect. Allo means no more of that. Allo means business. Local business, big business, small business. If you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation, symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Life is full of occasions, some planned, some unexpected, some profound. At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, our goal is to keep you in good health, to be there for all of life's moments. Together, we'll create the best health solutions for your symptoms and lifestyle with compassionate care tailored to you. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, here for you no matter the occasion.
If you're thinking about building in the country but still want to be close to a community with schools, medical, and a thriving downtown, consider purchasing on acreage at 220 Acreage north of Hardington. With interest rates low, you can buy now and there's no requirement on when you need to build. Check out the property on Facebook at 220 Acreage. Internet, water, country living, everything is ready for your dream come true home. Call 402-254-6895 today.
Fall harvest means long hours for you and your equipment. You both need a fuel that can handle the pressure. So use Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster Premium Diesel from Farmer's Pride for more power, better fuel economy, faster starts, and special additives to help reduce downtime. What's more, when you do business with Farmer's Pride, you'll notice a personal touch that goes beyond the expected. Farmer's Pride, in the field, on your farm, in your community.
(14-7) here at Bob Cunningham Field. The Wayne State Marching Band entertaining the folks once again here in Wayne. Good crowd on hand to see Wayne State try to get the win, get back to 6-2 on the year. Earliest game that Wayne State has played. Lou, a few games though going on around the Northern Sun Conference.
Yeah, got 4 games underway right now. Obviously here, Wayne State leads 14-7 against Southwest Minnesota State. Up in Sioux Falls, Augustana and Minnesota State are tied at 0-0. That game just getting underway. How about Minnesota, Duluth, and Bemidji State? That's for first place in the North Division. It's early there, scoreless as well. Minnesota, Duluth has the ball at the Bemidji State 13-yard line. Actually, now the 10-yard line, as I see it updated. 11:20 to go, but no score there. You go from the first place matchup between Minnesota Duluth and Bemidji State to the last place matchup, Minot State and Upper Iowa. Upper Iowa, we'll see them next week here in Wayne, America against the Wildcats. They lead 20-10, 3:52 to go in the second quarter in that one. And then later this afternoon, you got Minnesota State Moorhead taking on University of Mary and Sioux Falls at Winona State. Those are both 2 o'clock kickoffs. And then tonight under the lights, Concordia St. Paul goes to Northern State. That's a 6 o'clock kickoff.
How about that Sioux Falls Winona State game? Winona State,
Yeah.
I think you mentioned it earlier, Lou. They've been kind of the surprise in the Northern Sun this year at home, welcoming the number 14 team in the country. That could be a chippy little game, one to keep an eye on this afternoon in the Northern Sun Conference. Meanwhile, Wayne State Athletics having another strong fall season. The soccer team getting things underway yesterday, lost a tough one, 2-0 against Sioux Falls. But how about that Wayne State volleyball team?
Yeah, I'm going to get a chance to be there on Tuesday night.
That's right. They will be taking on Augustana at newschannelnebraska.com, an online exclusive broadcast of Wayne State volleyball. No big deal, just the unanimous number 1 team in the country. They are on the road. Later on today, they're actually taking on Southwest Minnesota State. Very good volleyball team up there as well. 19-3 coming into today. Wayne State went on the road against the 5th-ranked team. Will be taking on the 5th-ranked team today. Had Sioux Falls on Friday night, and they won it. Thursday night, and they won it in 4 sets, 3-1. Rachel Walker, a career high in dig. She had 21 to lead the way. Kelsey Cotta tied her career high in kills with 21. Taya Beller had 15. Maggie Bramer had 14. You had Hayden Hines on the back end with 15 digs. 4 players in double figures in digs. Kelsey Cotta had 11. Jesse Brandel had 10 as well. This is as complete a team as Coach Scott Kneifel has probably ever had in terms of what they have on the front line, their ability on the block, on the back end. Defensively, they are so difficult to get balls down on, and they are rolling. 24 straight. It's the best start in school history. They are the unanimous number 1 team in the country. And like you mentioned, Lou, you'll see them Tuesday night taking on a very good Augustana team. But boy, Wayne State, they're trying to host an NCAA regional potentially if they can finish things out the way it started. And, Augustana's going to give them a tough, a rare Tuesday evening contest. Be an interesting matchup. Always a good time at the Rice Auditorium.
The thing I am excited about, and this is just a personal thing, but a lot of the kids on that team, we covered in high school sports. So I get a chance to see, I have not had a chance to see these girls and Wayne State. I can't wait to see Wayne State play, period. But certainly some of the local girls that we covered in high school, get a chance to see them play. And then, I just a volleyball state, Eric. That's what this is, a volleyball state.
We're in volleyball country. Absolutely. That is the way things have been going with fall sports in this state at the collegiate level. This very well could be a true volleyball state. But you mentioned the Nebraska thing. How about just Northeast Nebraska? We're talking Maggie Bramer. She's from Pierce. Jessie Brandel is from Stanton. Taya Beller from Humphrey. All of them, that's within 30 miles of where we are right now. That's just an incredible job to recruit a rural area and build a team currently sitting number 1 in the country. Of course, it helps that you also have a local coach in Scott Kneifel, who's probably one of the greatest volleyball minds in the nation at any level.
I'm sorry, Eric, they talk about a 500-mile recruiting. Yeah. about a 50-mile recruiting.
He doesn't even have to turn in receipts for mileage. He's not even going that far. It's an amazing team. You'll get a chance to see him again. Online exclusive game at newschannelnebraska.com. This Tuesday. Meanwhile, intriguing game here, 14-7. Wayne State with the lead, but it's SMSU with the ball. When we come back, you're watching Wildcat football on NCN.
I'm Kayla, 32 years old. My pain was so bad, I was told I needed surgery. Dr. Kim made me feel better before the surgery consultation.
Hi, my name is Lori, and I've been seeing Dr. Kim for quite a few years now. She's helped me with my sinus infection, and I used to have it at least 2 times a year, and now I don't have it at all. She really, really helps out a lot.
If you are experiencing any sort of pain, don't wait. Call today.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Allo, high-key internet for a low-key price. Want to know what games we're televising each week? Follow us on Twitter at NCN Sports.
For the streamers, for the gamers, for the long-distance video call makers, for the ones who don't want to miss out on the fiber things in life, they have Allo. Allo Fiber Internet keeps you connected with fast, reliable service and 24/7 support, so you can always get the ultimate experience. No hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts. Experience the fiber things in life with Allo's super fast internet. Visit us at allofiber.com/fiberthings.
If you've ever tried to grow something, you know the time and attention it takes. Imagine growing crops that feed our community and nation. Dawn to dusk, farm families will work tirelessly to complete the season's work. What began as seed has grown into bountiful crops spanning as far as the eye can see. The fruits of this labor benefit our community and our nation's economy. During this harvest season, Madison County Bank offers all farmers our sincere thanks and appreciation for all that you do.
To your auto partner. There is no house divided when you choose Woodhouse. 18 brands, one team, a winning experience every time.
A beautiful day for football in Wayne, America, and Wayne State with a 14-7 lead over Southwest Minnesota State. Alongside Lou Siefker, Nolan Hoffman on the sidelines, I'm Eric McKay. Well, the Mustangs, their season in danger of having the wheels fall off, but at one drive, just a couple of plays can change so much. That drive before the half, we'll see what kind of fire they play with to start the second half, Lou, but if they can come down and tie this game here in the third quarter, boy, who knows what could happen, not just the rest of today or the rest of the season for both of these teams.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're exactly right. It's funny, we talk so much about, football's a game of inches and a game of a play here or there. In this case, it might be a drive. This drive, get them back in the game. If they're able to win this game, it might change how this season plays out for Southwest Minnesota State. And certainly for Wayne State, as we talked about in the Open, you win out, and you've got 3 of your last 4 games at home. I think you're in the conversation for a playoff spot. So we'll see. This drive here in the third quarter, it could be big in this game and maybe big for the season.
Powder's kick will be fielded and returnable, muffed. And upfield out to about the 20-yard line goes Blake Allen. Wayne State outgained Southwest Minnesota State 222-129 in the first half. Most of that 129 came on the final drive of the half. I think for Wayne State, that's the message. Defensively, outside of that last drive, they played brilliantly against SMS in the first half.
Yeah, that 75-yard drive was most of their yards that half. They did a great job. They really have controlled the running game overall. They have not allowed Southwest Minnesota State to move the chains very often running the football.
1st and 10 for SMS from the 21. Martin over the middle, has it caught, first down yardage. Martin with a little bit more comfort in the pocket there. A flag coming in at the end of the play. As that pass complete to Zeke Robinson, his first reception today. The flag came in well after the play was over.
Robinson with a quick hitter was open. Now looks like it's going to come back.
Officials talking it over. Our officiating crew today out of North Dakota. See what referee Brad Nold tells us. It's going to be a dead ball personal foul against Southwest Minnesota State. The Mustangs had just one penalty in the first half, and boy, you get a great play to start the second half. Yeah. You cannot afford any type of unsportsmanlike or personal foul penalties. That gives 15 yards right back.
Well, any coach will tell you those self-inflicted wounds are so damaging, and they can, you mentioned it, a great first play, that it takes you back. You don't get anything out of it.
Right back where they started, at the 21-yard line. Another good run here by Sherwood. Well, I feel like they need to go to him more. Only 9 carries in the first half, averaged 6.6 yards a carry. He gets 8 there, and it'll be 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, you've got to. That's your playmaker. I think you've got to. You're right. I think he's got to carry the ball more. He's been very difficult to bring down, even though the Mustangs did not have a lot of rushing yards. When Sherwood had the chance to carry the football, he was a load here for this Wildcat defense.
2nd and short, Zeke Robinson in motion. They give to Sherwood again. Good blocking up front, and Sherwood has first down yardage. Out across the 30 to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, this might be the drive where the Mustangs just kind of roll up their sleeves and challenge the manhood of this Wayne State defense, run right at them with that powerful running back. And as we mentioned, Sherwood and Austin, both quality running backs back there. So you try to wear them down with Sherwood, and then you bring Austin in the game. That's a good 1-2 punch.
Jackson Johnson, Rex Becker combined on the stop. 1st and 10 now from the 33, just underway, second half. Martin looking deep over the top, almost intercepted. A lot of hand jockeying there.
Yeah.
The pass was intended for Lyra. Bird in coverage. No flag. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, Jacob Bird did a really good thing there. You're right. There was a lot of hand fighting, and I'm glad. I like when the officials allow the kids to play the game, and they certainly do there. You're going to see some of that hand fighting probably. At the end of it, though, what he did very well there is he kept his hand on the receiver, and then he turned and looked for the football. So you don't get the interference call, and you're able to knock it down. Almost came up with a pick.
Martin 5 of 10 through the air, 74 yards and an interception. High snap, handled. Sherwood gets a couple. Kowalczyk makes the stop. There have been some issues with snaps. High snaps today. Of course, one that went for a loss of 20 earlier. But Khalif Spry, the center, the junior out of Gig Harbor, Washington, has kind of struggled getting the ball, and that put that running play off schedule. Now 3rd and 7.
Yeah, Spry he's been inconsistent in this ball game today with those snaps.
Kowalczyk in on that stop, leads all tacklers today with 7. 3rd down and 7 from the 36. 12:48 to go, 3rd quarter. Martin stepping up, won't get away. Ball came out. Kowalczyk stepped up and brought him down for the sack. They'll say he was down, but it's Alex Kowalczyk terrifying the quarterback once again.
That was Dexter Larson.
Oh, correction. My apologies.
Yep, number 44. Watch him just stunt through here and make the tackle. Great job at that middle linebacker. Read that play perfectly, shot through there. A bit of a middle linebacker stunt and makes the play.
Larson's 2nd sack of the season. And so Southwest Minnesota State has to punt it away. Not a great punt. Does take a Mustang roll and will be blown dead at the 37-yard line. But a short punt once again. And boy, Carter Dicker, he had 2 great punts to start the game, has struggled since. And Wayne State with good field position here. 11:57 to go, 3rd quarter. They'll have it 1st and 10.
Well, you get the stop now up here, Wayne State. Now you've got pretty good field position. And I think the conversation in the locker room for Wayne State is that you guys outplayed the Mustangs rather handily that entire first half. You don't have a lot to show for it. I think the challenge for the offense is to be efficient now. Put some points on the board.
Handoff, big hold on the near sideline. That's a 1st down to midfield. Goes David Elder. Elder, the junior, out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Garden City Community College transfer. They have used him in that little jet sweep play quite a bit this season with a lot of success.
Yeah, bringing him around the end. He picks up a nice gain there on 1st down.
Goes for 14 into SMS territory now at the 49-yard line. 11.5 to go, 3rd quarter. Bowen in the gun. He's 12 of 16 through the air for 149 yards. All day to throw. That's dangerous. Oh, that pass dangerous. Playing in traffic, and Diego Maldonado wants that one back. He had both hands on it. Should have had the interception on the pass intended for Schmatter.
Yeah, Maldonado, the free safety, read that play, came over and nearly picked that one off. So close. I mean, he's right there on the play. Quarterback was actually beaten, but Maldonado at that coming over with the safety help makes the play.
2nd and 10. Bone will keep it on the draw. Will come in near side. He's got room. Across the 35, it's Bone across the 30 and out of bounds at the 28. A 21-yard scamper for the 205-pound sophomore quarterback.
Black and gold, number 4 out there, harking back to the 1989 Southern Mississippi Eagles and Brett Favre.
There you go. I don't know that Favre moved quite this well, though.
Yeah,
Bowen
probably
getting
not.
to the outside.
I think Bone takes better care of the football, too.
Minnesota Vikings fans would certainly agree. 1st and 10 from the 28. Handoff, Anthony Watkins up the middle. Backs his way down to about the 25-yard line. Big Joe Bulow, the sophomore, making the stop. Bulow out of Maple Grove, Minnesota. 2nd down and 7. Watkins has been somewhat quiet again today. Again, he was fairly limited outside of the big run last week. Just 27 yards today on 8 carries.
Yeah, they're doing that. He had a great run there around the goal line that got him about 8 yards earlier. But, not a lot of big plays here in the first half.
2nd and 7. They fake to Watkins, the option play. Bowen keeps, but that's well played. Really well defended option. Finished off by Josiah Hedenstein, the redshirt freshman, maybe a yard. And it'll be 3rd down, now 9:49 to go, 3rd quarter.
Oh, it's one of those areas where, 3rd and 7, you've got a good kicker in Powders, and you'd like to get the 2-score lead. But certainly you're going to take a shot here, try to score a touchdown. But you want to try to get it as close as you can for Powders as well.
Bone steps up, fires, has a man caught. That's a 1st down. Out across the 15, down to the 14. That's David Elder again. Elder's second reception of the contest, and the Wildcats convert on third down.
Well, Elder caught that behind he had the first down when he caught it, but then came back and went behind the sticks. And then fortunately for Wayne State, goes back and gets the first down a second time.
Wildcats now 4 of 8 on third down today. And get closer to that end zone, inside of 9 to go, third quarter. From the 15. Bone trying to reverse field. Makes a move, tripped up and brought down. Hedenstein stops the play for a 2-yard gain. Bone trying to get his offense going. Now the leading rusher for Wayne State, 35 yards on 9 carries. Second down, 8 from the 13. 2 receivers to the left. That's Elder and Schmatter. Elder in motion. They'll try the misdirection with Kaiser. Doesn't find much up the middle. Met in the hole by Carter Schmitz, the sophomore linebacker. Another third down upcoming for Wayne State. It'll be 3rd and 5 from the 10.
Yeah, 3rd and medium here for the Wildcats. They've been pretty good, as you mentioned, 4 of 8. I believe, on third downs in this ball game. So you're batting 50%, and I think you're figuring at this point you've got at least a field goal in your back pocket. We'll see if they take a shot at the end zone here on this play.
3rd down and 5 from the 10. 7:39 to go, third quarter. 2 receivers to the right now, 2 to the left. Bone pressured off the edge, throws it late, and it's dropped. That would have been perhaps a touchdown. Great job by Bowen to even get it off. Elder was there, but couldn't haul it in, and now Powders will have to kick.
Boy, that was a scary play there for Wayne State, because Bone was surrounded, and I don't know how he gets this pass away, and then so close, right on his fingertips.
Elder was able to find an opening, so instead it's Powders on to attempt a 28-yard field goal. He's 8 of 9 this season. Make it 9 of 10, just gets it through. And on the Faith Regional Physician Services Currency scoreboard, 7:22 to go, third quarter, 17-7. Wayne State with the lead. You're watching NCN.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
So Wayne State gets points. They extend their lead to 17-7. Alongside Lou Siefker, Nolan Hoffman, I am Eric McKay. The 10-play, 53-yard drive takes 4 minutes and 35 seconds off the clock and extends Wayne's lead. And if you're SMS, you got the stop, but boy, you got to find that offense again, stumbling their last time with the ball, and now down 2 scores. You start to get into that tough spot where how much can they rely on the running attack that they want to use so often.
Yeah, still only down 10, and there's plenty of time left. You're about halfway through the third quarter, so I don't think you necessarily panic and go away from your game plan. But you have to be productive here on this drive. If you're going to try to power the football and keep the ball on the ground, you've got to make some hay with it. And both teams have hurt themselves with penalties at times in this ball game. And the last time Southwest Minnesota State out with the football, the first play of that drive was a nice about 10-yard pickup. Instead, it's a penalty that brings it back, and a tough time recovering from that.
Looking for the jet sweep on first down. It's well blocked. This is first down yardage. Out of bounds is Eric Lira, the redshirt freshman speedster, for a first down carry. Goes for 12 yards. Almost the longest run of the day. They haven't had any rushing plays longer than 13, but they've had quite a few in that 10, 12, 13-yard range.
Yeah, and you haven't had the big play, but you've been, at times, as you've just said, there's times they've been able to pick up some decent gains. They've got to be consistent with it here the rest of the way.
Sherwood up the middle for about 5. Brought down there by Trent Rasmussen, the redshirt freshman. Here in our third quarter, which is brought to you by Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau. Play, visit, meet, and compete at Lincoln.org. 2nd and 5 after the gain by Sherwood. Lyra in motion. Sherwood again trying to bounce, gets the edge, first down into Wayne State territory. Well, a good back. He doesn't do a lot of things fancy, just finds where he wants to go and gets there.
Yeah, and he's a tough guy, too. It's the type of running back that it's going to be difficult to bring down one-on-one. You got to get help. Trying to control Sherwood.
Listed at 5'10", 205. That 5'10" is probably generous. Into Wayne State territory at the 48. Twin receivers to the right. Now the one in motion is Robinson. It's Sherwood. Hesitates, finds his spot, breaks free. First down yardage. Into Wayne State territory. Lou, that's the guy. I think if you're Southwest Minnesota State, keep going to the running attack, whether it's Sherwood or Austin, until Wayne State shows they can stop it.
I totally agree with you. They have not been able to. Sherwood has been productive in this ballgame. They've had a tough time controlling him. He did a great job there just to find the hole. Great balance, and there you go. 2, 3, 4 guys it takes to bring him down. He is a fantastic running back.
Now over 100 yards on 15 carries. Bad snap again.
Wow.
Austin goes back to get it, dives on it at the 40-yard line, but that's a 25-yard loss the second time that's happened to the Mustangs this afternoon.
That has been devastating for this offense. Wow. And that's, it just kills you. You're in a rhythm. We always talk about offenses getting in rhythm. Well, Southwest Minnesota State likes to run the football, and they're starting to open holes. They're starting to be very productive in that run game. Now you lose all that yardage. It takes you out of your game plan.
It's 2nd and 35 at their own 40. Martin to the air, pressured, able to get it away. It's Austin out of the backfield, but he gets nothing more. Kowalczyk was all over it. Gain of maybe a yard. So now what do you got in the playbook for 3rd and 34?
Wow. Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, I think you give the ball to Sherwood, play field position, and kick the ball away unless he is able to break one. It's going to be tough to pick up the first down here. At this point, you may just be playing a little bit of field position.
4:05 to go in the third. 3rd down and 33 officially. Austin is the running back.
Yep, Austin in there now.
3 receivers split wide. Marcus Martin. Looking to go to the air. Flag comes in. Martin over the middle. It's incomplete. Was trying to get it to Adrian Tolbert. It wouldn't have counted anyway because you're going to get a hold against the Mustangs. And they will have to punt it away on 4th and long. Boy, a drive that showed so much promise, Lou. And it's just one play that ruins everything. And now Southwest Minnesota State will have to give it back.
Yeah, it's those kind of mistakes that kill you. And Spry, unfortunately for the Mustangs, has really struggled today been very inconsistent with the snaps from center. And that's the second one that went over his quarterback, Marcus Martin's head. And now you're forced to kick the ball away. And like you just said, Eric, it was such a promising drive. Looked like a chance to really climb closer in this game. Instead, you're giving the ball back to Wayne State.
Dicker averaging 37.5 yards a punt today. Gets a pretty good one off. Bird off the back pedal from the 13. Trying to get to the near sideline. Stays on his feet. Solid return there, about 12 yards on a punt of 46 yards. And now a flag at the very end of the play. Back at midfield, way behind the play. We've got 2 flags down. This will be another dead ball foul. And we'll try to sort out what this is. As of now, it's Wayne State 1st and 10 from the 25. Another personal foul penalty against Southwest Minnesota State. Lou, the Mustangs are their own worst enemy right now.
Yeah, you're beating yourself right now, and that's the one thing. You can live with getting beat by the opponent when they make more plays than you. The thing you can't live with is when you have so many self-inflicted wounds that it ends up costing you the ball game. And you right now, if you're Southwest Minnesota State, you have to realize it's a 10-point game, and you still have a quarter and 3 minutes and 32 seconds to play. You're in the game, but you got to stop making these mistakes that are completely on you at this point.
So now it'll be 1st and 10, Wayne State at the 41 after the 15-yard walk-off. In motion, Elder, he gets the handoff. The stiff arm bought him about a yard. Nice sure-handed tackle by Josiah Hedenston. Redshirt freshman out of Medford, Minnesota, has been active defensively today for Southwest Minnesota State. Leads them in tackles, now with 8.
You know, some of the major receivers for Wayne State today, Jaden Johnson has been somewhat quiet. And the Mason Lee I see down there on the sidelines not in uniform today. So that takes away from your offense a little bit, having Mr. Consistency not in the game.
Kaiser up the middle for first down yardage. The Cedar Catholic grad, the Hartington, Nebraska native, taking it into Southwest Minnesota State territory. Straight ahead for 10 and a first down.
I think Cedar Catholic would have liked to have had him yesterday afternoon against Norfolk Catholic.
Yeah.
Have that big running back out there. He is a good one and going to get better. As you mentioned earlier, he was coming off of an injury, but he is a good running back there in that offense for Wayne State.
Has 23 yards on 6 carries today. Flag comes in on the pass intended for Jaden Johnson. We got 3 flags down. You got a flag you want to throw? Lou, we got flags everywhere.
I threw, but it hit the window. It came back at me.
Yeah, spilled my water. Disastrous up here.
I think they might call. I wonder if they're going to call an interference on this sideline. It looked like holding on to Johnson on this near sideline.
It is indeed defensive holding against Southwest Minnesota State. Boy, those wheels are wobbling on the cart now for the Mustangs. Third member of our broadcast crew, Nolan Hoffman. Nolan, take it away.
Yeah, guys, coming into the game, Wayne State's offense was averaging around 32 points per game on the season so far. And give a lot of credit to Southwest Minnesota State. Last week, they gave up 43 points in a defeat to Winona State. And so far, they're making life pretty difficult on Wayne State. So let's see if Wayne State can finish a drive and score a touchdown. Back up to you, Eric.
Yeah, thank you, Nolan. Wayne State's offense got a lot of yards. They've not been able to really turn that into points today. 287 yards of offense, had over 200 at the half. The drive stall at the 1-yard line earlier there, an 8-yard gain by Kaiser, and it's a good point. They're moving the ball pretty well between the 20s. They got to finish one off, though, and put this Mustang team away.
Yeah, got the goal line stand on them in the first half, and then held to a field goal the last time they had the football.
Bowen will keep, follows his blockers, dives ahead, close to first down yardage. Looks like they'll give it to him. Out at the 27-yard line, minute 40 to go, third quarter. Wildcats driving. You know, they dominated time of possession in the first quarter, now dominating it again here in the third quarter.
Yeah, if you're Wayne State, I think you're okay. You're going to take some time here and make sure you get the play in before the play clock runs out. Yep. But I think you're going to feel really good. Coach Masters would love a touchdown here that puts you up 17 points, in essence 3 scores, assuming you make the extra point.
With the way their defense has been playing, too, I think 17 is going to feel pretty comfortable.
Yeah,
they try Elder on that option play again. I'll tell you what, I think the rest of this season going forward, David Elder is an X factor. You see it a lot. It's sort of a modern aspect of football. You see it in the pros with the Cordero Pattersons of the world. Running back, wide receiver combos. David Elder fits that mold, and I like the innovative ways that Coach Masters and this offensive staff is using Elder.
Absolutely. Find ways to get him the football.
Here a strong run play off the right side for maybe a yard. SMS trying to come up with a big defensive stop. It's third down here. I mistakenly gave Wayne State credit for a third down converted earlier. They're 3 of 8 right now on third down, and they are just going to let this thing run to the fourth quarter with a 10-point lead, see if they can get a conversion. Wayne State has dominated time of possession today. And as we wind things down, it's 17-7. Wildcats with the lead. Can they finish it off? Find out next. You're watching NCN.
Life is full of occasions. Some planned, some unexpected, some profound. At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, our goal is to keep you in good health, to be there for all of life's moments. Together, we'll create the best health solutions for your symptoms and lifestyle with compassionate care tailored to you. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, here for you no matter the occasion.
Wayne State is the college of choice.
Smart choice.
Sound choice.
Natural choice.
Strong choice. Original choice.
Bold choice. Affordable choice.
With over 130 programs of study, Wayne State College is the
first choice. First choice.
First choice.
For students who want an excellent education at an affordable cost. Get started at ExploreWayneStateCollege.com.
Fourth quarter about to get going, and it starts with a key play alongside Lucy Nolan Hoffman on the sideline. I'm Eric McKay. It's a 3rd down and 5 for Wayne State at the 21-yard line. It's Bowen going to try to get it on the ground. He does not. Out across the 20 to the 18. He's short. It'll be 4th down and 2. And it looks like they will send Powders out to try to make this a 13-point contest.
Yeah, try to stretch the lead. It's just too far with 4th and 5. I don't think you go for that. You got an excellent kicker. You figure you got a pretty good chance at points. That puts you up 13. That means Southwest Minnesota State has to get 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points to beat you. So I think you go with the points. I agree with Coach Masters' decision here.
From 35 yards, Powders. Kick is up. And Mr. Automatic does it again. Good stop for SMS defensively, but Wayne State extends their lead on the Faith Regional Physician Services Currency scoreboard. It's a 13-point game on NCN.
A community is connections, friends, family, schools, teams. At Allo, we're honored to be a part of your community. As members of the community, we're committed to ensuring people stay connected to the services they need. That's why we're participating in the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. All qualifying customers get free 100 megabit per second internet or a $30 discount on all other internet packages. Go to allofiber.com/ACP to learn more.
20-17, Wayne State at home, trying to avoid what would be a huge upset, a season-derailing upset. Lou, a potentially season-derailing upset in the Northern Sun brewing right now.
Yep, in Sioux Falls right now, Minnesota State is beating number 20 ranked Augustana 21-0. 12:27 to go in the second quarter. A long way to go yet, but 21-0. Impressive first half so far for Minnesota State against the highly ranked Augustana Vikings.
You know, Minnesota State was here a few weeks ago. That's a good team. Again, there are no gimmies in the South this year. The South Division is about as deep a division as you're going to find in Division II in the nation. Every game is a grind. You've got a Southwest Minnesota State team. How many teams like a Southwest Minnesota State or a Minnesota State would be like, can we play in the North this year? Just for 1 year, play in the North? There are teams that are going to finish 4th, I think, in the South that would probably run away with the North Division this year.
Yeah, and speaking of the North, it's Bemidji State 7, Minnesota Duluth 3. That's still second quarter. That's the battle for first place in the North Division.
Meanwhile, 1st and 10 here from the 25. Mustangs need points. They keep it on the ground. Wayne State ready that time. Sherwood, 15 carries, 102 yards prior to that gain, but only a yard there. It'll be 2nd down and 9 coming up.
Yeah, you may want to just look. You're down 13. You need 2 scores. What do you do best? You run the football. They've been able in the last couple quarters at times to run the ball rather well. It's been their own mistakes that have really hurt them. And I think you can still stay within your offense. You've got almost the entire fourth quarter. But what ends up happening here is you have to score on this drive. You have to be efficient the rest of the way. You can't have any drives that come up without points.
Southwest Minnesota State has been held to 177 yards today of offense, 101 of that on the ground. Through the air, Martin, the freshman, again playing because of the injury to their normal starter, Justice McComb. 6 of 12 through the air, did have a big play earlier, but it's been held to 76 yards through the air. In motion is Robinson. They fake to him. Martin wants to keep it himself, and he is thrown to the turf. That's Jackson Johnson, who has been playing well today. The 245-pound sophomore out of Bancroft brings him down for a loss.
And Wayne State getting it done defensively now. That sets up 3rd down and 12, and certainly takes Southwest Minnesota State out of their comfort zone. We'll see if Wayne State maybe runs a blitz or brings a lot of pressure against Martin.
3rd down and 12. Martin. To the air, Wayne State drops 8 in coverage. Caught, getting away from the first tackler, and stretching for the first down. What a play there by Eric Lira. Folks, stick around after the game. We'll be talking to our player of the game, brought to you by Wayne State College, devoted to student success for more than 100 years. Eric Lira says, I don't know if I'm eligible for that, but he certainly made a player of the game-like play there, breaking 2 tackles and converting what looked like a sure stop into a first down.
That was a great play. That got him a first down, and a much-needed first down. Absolutely had to have it. Lira gets it done.
12 minutes to go in the game. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Martin on play action, batted at the line of scrimmage. I think that was Johnson who got his hands on it. He's good at that. Big 6'4" frame. Knocks it down, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Jackson Johnson, a big fella out there at that rush end spot. And those, boy, if you're the offense and you see the ball batted up in the air, you hold your breath because a lot of times those get picked.
Johnson played well a week ago as well, was in on a sack, had a couple of tackles. Now on 2nd and 10, timing route over the middle is caught. Well, they're hitting hard down there. Pass complete to Nathan Stearns, his first reception today, but Jalen Scott making a big hit. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Clock still ticking, 11:44 to go.
Right now, Wayne State pretty content to just sit back in zone coverage and force the Mustangs to try to dink and dunk down the field, make them burn up some time.
3rd down and 2. Ball at the 44-yard line. Martin backs into the gun. He's got Sherwood to his right. Osman in motion. It's Sherwood. Gets it in more. Sherwood breaks free. Jesse Sherwood will not be stopped. Touchdown, Southwest Minnesota State. 456 yards. Jesse Sherwood with his 7th rushing touchdown this season.
Well, you want to talk about a game-changing play. Got a great block. Let's get a chance to watch the replay. Got a great block there on that left side. A nice hole. And boy, Sherwood just gets through that in a hurry, and it's lights out after that.
Southwest Minnesota State not done yet. Dicker on for the extra point. It is up. It is good. And on the Faith Regional Physician Services Currency scoreboard, Wayne State's lead back down to 6 with 11:13 to go. You're watching NCN.
Whether you play on a field or play on a court or are running to greatness, during the game and after the game, during the wins and during the losses, Agri City Insurance has you covered. Here to help you ensure what matters most.
Hager City Insurance.
$11:13 to go in this one. How about Jesse Sherwood? 17 carries today, 160 yards. His last carry, a 56-yard touchdown run. Longest play from scrimmage for either side today. It makes it a 20-17 game. Wayne State's lead has been trimmed to just 6. Wayne State trading 2 field goals for 1 touchdown in this second half.
Yeah. And you'd like at least 3 on this next possession. You got to try to stay 2 possessions ahead.
Wayne State trying to bring this out of the end zone. Forgy.
I got a flag flying into the Wayne State.
Yeah, a flag was thrown, and then it ended up in the Wayne State sideline. It was thrown at the end of the play, behind the play. Meanwhile, you've got a Wayne State player down. Jacob Orr is down and holding his ankle, so a lot to sort out here. Orr will be helped off the field. So an already thin receiver core getting a bit thinner if Orr can't return.
That flag was so far on the sidelines, I thought maybe one of the cheerleaders committed a penalty.
I've never seen a flag thrown that inaccurately. It's another personal foul against Wayne State. So they threw it that way because it was a sideline infraction against Wayne State.
Wow.
So now Wayne State will be backed up. And with 11:14 to go, okay, so maybe that was inaccurate. He was just literally throwing the flag where the penalty occurred, which was on the sideline.
Yeah, I just was standing here with my hands in the air like, what did I do?
I think there are folks out there who've thought quite often they'd throw a flag against that announce crew. So Wayne State backed up 1st and 10 at the 12 now. Worst starting field position of the game. The option, here's Elder. Out across the 15 to the 16, a gain of 4. So again, you're backed up. You just saw another receiver limp off the field. They're already without Mason Lee. So things are thin in the receiving crew for Wayne State right now as they try to burn this clock down to 10:45 to go and get this win.
Well, it feels this lead feels very tenuous right now after that touchdown by the Mustangs. And you feel like Wayne State's got a little pressure on them now. You've got to put together a drive.
On 2nd and 6, Bowen near side. That's caught. Jaden Johnson. Johnson's had a solid day, his 4th reception.
Yeah, Johnson's one of those guys, when you talk about Wayne State receivers running good routes, I don't think anybody runs them better than Jaden Johnson. Just did a brilliant job there to curl back and get an open, and he catches the ball as well as anybody. A great job there by Jaden Johnson to pick up that first down.
Had a monster game last week against Augustana, a career-high 12 receptions, 128 yards, was kept out of the end zone, though. Now 1st and 10 at the 27, looking end zone. Looking Johnson, he won't catch up to it. Had a step on the coverage applied by Kenneth Stevenson, but the pass too tall. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just a little bit too far. Even Jaden Johnson couldn't catch up to that one. He had plenty of time to throw, and right idea. The ball just sailed a little bit on Bowen, but Johnson was open, had a chance.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. As they look for the knockout blow there, that's Trey Miller in motion. He'll block for Watkins. Watkins, not much, maybe 2. So a 3rd down and long coming up for Wayne State. It'll be 3rd and about 8 from the 30. 9:44 and counting here in this 4th quarter.
And Wayne State having a little bit of problem right now, just kind of running the ball in between the tackles.
Yeah.
Just not getting very much there. Boy, this is a big 3rd down. If you don't get it here, give the ball back to the Mustangs and touchdown and an extra point. Southwest Minnesota State takes the lead.
3rd down, call it 7 from the 31. They bring the blitz. Bowen throws incomplete. There was contact, but I don't think that ball was catchable. Looking for Ashton Schmatter. No dice, and Wayne State will have to punt it away. With 9:15 to go, the Mustangs will have a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, Schmatter and it was Ellis, Jordan Ellis, of Southwest Minnesota State kind of got, I don't know if you'd say they got tangled up or what, but Schmatter couldn't come back for the ball. But you don't see any of the Wayne State coaches complaining about interference. So I think the right call there was the no call.
So Powder on to punt for just the third time today, averaging 49 yards a punt on his first two. Gets a good leg into this one. We'll take a Wayne State roll out across the 25 and down at the 19-yard line. Is
roll.
there a more valuable special teams weapon in this conference than Alex Powders? He is perfect on field goals today, and he just booted a 50-yard field goal that flips the field and gives Southwest Minnesota State the ball deep in their own territory.
There might be some teams playing tomorrow that want to look at Alex Powders.
First and 10 at the 19. Can Southwest Minnesota State pull off the upset? They have a chance to take the lead here, and no surprise, they keep it on the ground, and it's Austin bowling forward. Boy, what a crew of running backs this Mustang team has. They have been punishing Wayne State's defense all game. You've got Sherwood averaging 9 yards a carry. Austin now averaging over 6 yards a carry. He gets 12 there and a first down.
Yeah, I tell you what, Southwest Minnesota State, we talked about it. They like to run the football. And that first half, they were not very effective overall. But this second half has been a different story. And they're starting to wear down that Wayne State defense.
You know, you take away those two disastrous bad snaps, net negative 46. Southwest Minnesota State would be well over 200 yards on the ground today. That time only a yard. It'll be second down and 9 as Austin is stopped there. 8:13 to go in regulation.
Yeah, they would definitely be over 200 yards. 166 on the ground now for the Mustangs.
In terms of their gains, they've gained about 230. They just lost a ton of it on two bad plays. Now second and 9. Bad snap again. Martin able to handle it, but that slows up the play. Allows Wayne State to make a nice tackle. That's Luke Sims, the sophomore out of Omaha. Iowa Western transfer making the tackle. Tied a season high last week with 4, and now it's a big third down here. 3rd and 6 coming up for Southwest Minnesota State.
Huge play for the Wildcats. Got to try to force Southwest Minnesota State to punt the football.
Followed 3rd down and 7. 7:17 to go in the game and counting. Martin with Robinson in motion. Looking his way, pass is caught but knocked down immediately. What a play by Jacob Bird to stop Dustin Pample shy of the first down sticks. It'll be 4th down and about 4, and it looks like the punting unit is coming out.
Yeah, they tried to set it up where Pample had blocking in front of him, but Bird had decided otherwise. And almost a little bit of a rub, a pick play, as it were, out there on that side, but Bird fights through it, makes a punishing tackle. Great job there. And now you got what you wanted. If you're Wayne State, you get the Mustangs to give you the football back.
Punting for the 6th time today. It's Carter Dicker averaging 38 yards a punt. High punt. Spiraling near side. Bird lets it go out of bounds. That's a good punt.
Great kick.
Pins Wayne State inside the 20. Well, no, it doesn't. They mark it out at the 21-yard line just to make a liar out of me. Ends up still being a very good punt. 43 yards, no return. And Wayne State, though kind of playing with house money. 6:18 to go in the game. Southwest Minnesota State still has all 3 of their timeouts, but it's Wayne State ball. The problem is they've not been able to run the football as effectively as they normally do.
Right. You need to get some first downs and take some time off the clock. Going back to that kick, I think Wayne State got a break. I think that ball should have been well inside the 20-yard line. They got a break on the spot.
They go with Elder, who dives forward, loses a yard on the play. Southwest Minnesota State showing good pursuit. Mustang stopping Wayne State for a loss. It'll be 2nd and 11. Now halfway home. Now beyond halfway home. 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
Well, Wayne State has been running a lot of those sweeps. That's been their running game here in the second half. They have not been able to run the ball between tackles. And that's right now is when you need to be able to do that. You need to be able to take some time off the clock, get some first downs. Wayne State's probably going to have to put the ball in the air a little more than they'd like to keep the ball moving.
That was Josiah Hedenston who made the stop. He's been very good defensively for the Mustangs today. Bowen straight up the middle, breaks a tackle, and stood up. He broke the first tackle. Ante Burns, you're not going to break that tackle. Burns brings him down for a gain of about 2. It will be 3rd down and 9. Folks, stay tuned after the game for our top plays of the game. Brought to you by Currency. Bowen's been the best rusher for Wayne State today, and that's 45 yards on the ground on 13 carries. Wayne State on the ground has 160 yards, averaging about 4 yards a carry, but that has not really been the case here in this fourth quarter. Big 3rd down here, inside of 5 to go.
They have struggled to pick up yards on the ground here in the second half.
SMS showing blitz. Here they come. Bowen over the middle, has it. Caught, first down. Great conversion there to Ashton Schmatter. They've needed other receivers to step up today, and it's been Schmatter. Gets that one out to the 37 on a gain of 15 and a big first down.
Now that's a play that normally a lot of times goes to Mason Lee. He's kind of your possession receiver. Schmatter steps in there and makes a great play. They needed that one big time, and Schmatter not only makes the catch in traffic, holds on to it, knowing he's going to absorb some contact. Great play.
A new season high for him, 5 receptions and 50 yards today. 1st and 10 now at the 37. Clock ticking, 4:10 to go. They fake to Elder. Bowen sandwiched right at the line of scrimmage, might have gotten a yard. Ball came out, but well after the play was blown dead. And it'll be 2nd down. They give him a yard, 2nd and 9. Ante Burns was in on that play. Yet again, he's in double figures in tackles today. He and Hedenstein each with 10 tackles apiece.
Coach Masters a little upset down there on the sidelines.
Yeah, they let that contact continue well after the play had been blown dead.
You had one of the assistants down there trying to hold him back. It was like fighting off a block. He just got off of it and continued to yell at the official.
2nd down and 9, 3:23 and ticking. The handoff to Kaiser. Good cut, but he is hit hard. Good belly tackle there by Thomas Mergen. It'll be a 3rd down again, 3rd and about 7 from the 40. It'll be under 3 minutes when Wayne State snaps this football.
Well, you got to really give a lot of credit, I think, to the Mustangs front 7. They have been outstanding here in the second half, really limiting Wayne State, especially on the ground. They've done a nice job, and only a couple of field goals for Wayne State.
Wayne State's been held to just 47 yards this quarter.
Can the Mustangs get a stop? If you do, you get the ball back with all your timeouts.
3rd and 7. Bowen pressured, hit, ball's out. Who's got it? Yep. Southwest Minnesota State saying they have it, and they do. A huge turnover at the 30-yard line for the Mustangs.
Coming on the right side of that line. It looked like a blitz. And see if we get a chance to see it again. But Bowen did not see it come from his blind side. Forces the fumble, and wow. Mustangs in the driver's seat now. 29-yard line, 2:31 to go, all your timeouts left. And you got a fella, I don't know, by the name of Sherwood out there. I think you might give him the football a few times.
Sherwood is the deep back on 1st and 10. Instead, they're going to go to the air. Martin gets it away, incomplete. Boy, interesting choice. I get maybe go for the knockout blow after the turnover, but Lou, you've got a running back who has been unstoppable today in Sherwood as we take another look at that strip sack.
Yeah, he got hit from the blind side.
It was Josiah Hedenston who got him.
Let's watch the contact. Does not see him coming. Yeah, Hedenston did a great job there. Came on the blitz, did not get picked up, and absolutely levels a huge blow.
Now it's Sherwood on 2nd and 10, up the middle, out across the 25. Diving forward to the 24. The clock continues to run. 2:15 to go. Big 3rd down here. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Well, it's interesting now. That first down play, you tried a short pass out there to your star running back Sherwood, but now you're third down and about 5 or 6 here. See what they do.
Inside of 2 minutes to go with Sherwood up the middle. Can he get there? I don't think so. It's going to depend on the spot. They're marking him a yard short. Well, that was good, strong running, but a great play in there. I think that was Tyler LeClaire who forced him backwards. And it'll be 4th down and 1 for Southwest Minnesota State.
Clock continues to tick. You've got all 3 of your timeouts. Does not look like Southwest Minnesota State is going to use one here.
Down to 1:23. 4th down and a yard from the 20. No one in the backfield.
Wow.
Sherwood is split as a receiver in the slot to the left. Now everybody shifts. They give to Sherwood, right side. He did not get there.
He stopped.
Southwest Minnesota State tries to catch Wayne State off guard, and the left side of that defense holds.
Wow. Might have just got a little bit too fancy for your own good there. I get why you're trying to get Wayne State out of position, but I think you got Sherwood and you've been able to run the football. You just run him the football. I don't think you needed to do that. And a great job. Give Wayne State defense all the credit in the world.
Javon France, Rex Becker combine on that stop.
Huge.
And Lou, to your point, you got a true freshman quarterback in there. Splitting 5 wide, you're not fooling anybody.
Right.
On 4th and short, Wayne State knows whether you're shifting or not, you're going to run it to Sherwood, and they were ready for it.
Right, you're trying to get him out of position, but you're right. I mean, everybody knew who was going to get the football.
So now 1:07 to go. Southwest Minnesota State still with all 3 timeouts. It's Bowen straight ahead. Gets about 5. Boy, Wayne State trying to escape with a hard-fought win. There's no easy ones in the Northern Sun South.
No way.
Southwest Minnesota State burns the timeout here. They'll have 2 left.
Well, this game looked like it was going to be maybe even a Wayne State laugher early on.
Yeah.
But we talked about it. They were not able to put points on the board. Led 14-0, but it felt like it should have been bigger than that. And Southwest Minnesota State gets that touchdown drive, 75 yards, 11 plays to end the half. Seemed like it changed the game. And then Wayne State only able to get a couple field goals here in the second half. And you just allowed Southwest Minnesota State to hang around. And you're right. There's just too many good teams. Southwest Minnesota State's one of them. They're 4-3. This is no slouch. But you allowed them to hang around, and you needed a great defensive stand to have a chance here to put the game away. Still not over with. You had 1:03 to go. Mustangs still have 2 timeouts left.
That was a 6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 4. A first down ends it. Southwest Minnesota State can stop the clock 2 more times.
And Augustana back on the board, 21-7 now, down with 3:04 to go in the second quarter in that one.
A potentially huge upset there. Let's see if Wayne State can finish this off. It's Bowen straight ahead. You're not going to see anything fancy. Bowen gets a couple. It'll be 3rd down and about 3.
Well, the good news is you try to run some clock here. The good news is you have a guy, Alex Powders, over there that can boot the football. You feel pretty good about your punter is going to give you field position if you don't get the first down. You're trying to run as much clock as possible. And then you give the football back to the Mustangs. If you don't get the first down, you give it back to them likely with about 50 seconds, maybe a little bit more than that, but no timeouts left. And not an offense that's going to throw the ball very accurately. You're not going to get a lot of big plays through the air with Southwest Minnesota State, and you're going to force them to throw the football. So as long as you don't make a big mistake here, I think you feel pretty good about where you're at right now if you're Wayne State.
3rd down and 3. 57 seconds to go in this one as Wayne State tries to get to 6-2. Again, they've got the home game against Upper Iowa next week, and then it's that big one at Sioux Falls. The season's on the line right there. You win that one at Sioux Falls and then finish things out at Moorhead. They win out. They're in the playoffs. You got to believe at least they have a good chance at it.
And you don't want to overlook Upper Iowa. Remember last year, Upper Iowa was winning 26-13 right now late in the third quarter.
3rd down and 3. Also got to finish this one up. Bone looking to the air. He's going to tuck it and run. Well, Wayne State was looking to pass that ball, and good job by Bowen not to force it. He's brought down for a sack. So Southwest Minnesota State is going to get the ball back. 50 seconds to go, no timeouts. And in a game where the running game has been so key for them, it's going to be up to the true freshman quarterback to try to get them the win.
Well, that's what I just was alluding to is depending on where you get the football here, you're going to need a big play through the air to get a chance to try to win the ball game, and that just has not been the case for Southwest Minnesota State in this one. A young quarterback, Martin has been good, but that's a lot to ask for him to take the ball, assuming they get the ball around the 30-yard line or so, 35-yard line. You're going to have to take the ball down basically the length of the field with no timeouts. That's going to be a tall order.
Austin Moore and Alan Jerome combined on the stop on that last play. So now 50 seconds to go. Wayne State nursing that 6-point lead. They will have to punt it away. Blake Allen back to receive for Southwest Minnesota State. Powders gets a good punt away. Allen from the 34, brought down immediately. Great coverage there. That's Forgy streaking down the sideline. So Southwest Minnesota State will have it 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. 41 seconds to go. No timeouts. Have to have a touchdown.
I thought that was pretty good. I said the 35-yard line.
And you called it. Yeah.
I'm right every once in a while. Just ask my wife.
Another good punt, though.
But here's the deal. A 9 of 17 for 100 yards is what Martin is today, and now you need 65 yards to add to that to win this football game.
He did connect on a big one earlier of 41. Steps up all day to throw. Underneath, intercepted. Picked off by Alex Kowalczyk.
Wow.
And that's going to wrap it up.
Kowalczyk. What a star he is out there. He is so good. He's such a tackling machine, but he comes up with the interception at the will linebacker spot. Just read the play perfectly. And sometimes, at the linebacker spot especially, you can stand back there and watch the quarterback's eyes and see where he's going at it. And Kowalczyk jumps the route, makes the interception, and that's the ball game. Wayne State's going to get out of here with a win.
His second INT of the season. You'd be hard-pressed to find 5 better defenders in this conference than Alex Kowalczyk.
Yeah, you got him and Ante Burns, 2 of the best players in the league for sure on these respective teams. Yeah. Kowalczyk makes the biggest play of the game, the interception that seals it.
And great signs of respect from both teams here. They know this was a fight today. Wow. What a game here at Bob Cunningham Field, but it's Wayne State surviving, and it's their defense that did it. Your final on the Faith Regional Physician Services Currency scoreboard, Wayne State 20, Southwest Minnesota State 14. Post-game show coming up on NCN.
Keep on pushing, keep on pushing, keep on pushing. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, do it!
You want to wear your pride on your sleeve? True Nebraskans turn to custom sports screen printing. Pride, dignity, self-respect. You want to show it off. We want to design it in whatever color it comes in. Silver, gold, black, blue, white, red. Custom Sports can turn around unbeatable apparel fast with service from South Sioux to Scotts Bluff.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. If your business needs help financing big-ticket items, visit gocurrency.com for details. And by Custom Sports. Represent your school and look good doing it with Custom Sports.
When it comes to your auto partner, there is no house divided when you choose Woodhouse. 18 brands, one team, a winning experience every time.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Life is full of occasions, some planned, some unexpected, some profound. At Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, our goal is to keep you in good health, to be there for all of life's moments. Together, we'll create the best health solutions for your symptoms and lifestyle with compassionate care tailored to you. Faith Regional Physician Services OBGYN, here for you no matter the occasion.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're here at the grill, waiting for the flip.
He has a great hot lie here on the grill. Looks like he is going with the tongs here, Jim. A great choice.
Timing is everything.
Nailed it!
A flip for the ages.
What a flip. Perfect marks. I'd take a slice out of that one.
Certified Piedmontese, real Nebraska beef. So tender and dripping in flavor, you won't believe a steak this good can be shipped right to your front door.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. If your business needs help financing big-ticket items, visit GoCurrency.com for details. And by Custom Sports. Represent your school and look good doing it with Custom Sports.
To your auto partner. There is no house divided when you choose Woodhouse. 18 brands, one team, a winning experience every time.
Boy, nothing better than Northern Sun Conference football. What a game here at Bob Cunningham Field today. Wayne State gets the win 20-14 alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. Lou, we talk so often about the offensive weapons that Wayne State has, but boy, defense. They got gouged a bit in the running game, but they stepped up when they needed to, made some big plays against this Southwest Minnesota State offense.
Yeah, held the Mustangs to 100 yards in the passing game and 2 picks, none bigger than Alex Kowalczyk's game ender there, but only 277 yards on the day for Southwest Minnesota State. A good defensive effort, especially when the offense had 339 yards, but just not able to finish drives at times. Defense had to step up big, and they certainly did it, got the win here this afternoon.
Let's take a look at our top plays from this game that was brought to you by Currency. Wayne State looking to bounce back from a heartbreaker of a loss. Southwest Minnesota State trying to end a 2-game losing streak at Cunningham Field in Wayne State on a Saturday. Big Northern Sun South Conference matchup. Wayne State getting the first score on the board. That's Nick Bowen in from 1 yard out on a 4th and goal play, a 7th rushing touchdown of the year. Wayne State takes the lead 7-0. Meanwhile, Wayne State making big plays defensively as well. Southwest Minnesota State playing with a true freshman at quarterback because of injury. Javon France all over that one. His second INT of the season. Wayne State, meanwhile, takes advantage later. Second quarter, the pump and go. Beautifully executed. Trevor Marshall, 38 yards, his second receiving touchdown of the year. Wayne State's up 14-0, but don't count Southwest Minnesota State out. How about the true freshman Marcus Martin rumbling it in from 3 yards out late? First half, it's 14-7. Wayne State extends their lead third quarter, now 17-7. But the Mustangs sticking around, making plays. How about maybe one of the best running backs in the conference, if not the best, Jesse Sherwood, 56 yards out. He had 169 on the ground. We got ourselves a 1-score ball game into the fourth quarter. Wayne State, blindside blitz. Hedenstein gets to the quarterback. Southwest Minnesota State gets it in Wayne State territory, but on 4th down, they can't convert. Wayne State makes the stop, and then last chance for the Mustangs, Alex Kowalczyk, the interception, and Wayne State survives the upset bid at home. Your final 20-14. And those top plays brought to you by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com. Head coach Logan Masters standing by with Nolan Hoffman. Nolan, take it away.
And we're joined now with the winning head coach for Wayne State, Logan Masters. Coach, that was a hard-fought victory, but you guys got it done in the end. What would you say about that performance?
All that matters is it's a win. It wasn't pretty, and there's a lot of stuff to clean up. It seemed like maybe we had a little bit of a hangover, and that's on me as a head coach. We got to get over that, flush it. So the good part is it didn't cost us, but defense got to stop at the end, got a turnover. It played pretty well, just one too many busted coverage and a missed tackle at the point of attack, and it's really all they had. And offensively, just sloppy. So all that matters is we won, and reason to come back to work tomorrow and get better.
And what can you say about that defense today?
Our defense, they played well. We knew they were going to try and run the ball, and for the most part contained it, except for a couple of runs. And we got to do a little bit better job on third down, but holding anybody in college football to 14 points is pretty stinking good.
And offensively, yeah, you guys were a little bit sloppy, like you said. Where do you guys kind of clean up going into next week against Upper Iowa?
Oh, I think it was just our demeanor. We'll watch the film and see, but for the most part, we didn't have the same energy level, juice, if you want to call it that we've had past weeks. And so that's, again, on us coaches, and we'll get it fixed. But until we watch the film, you don't really know for sure. It just seemed a little dead and stagnant on our side.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Good luck next week. Thanks so much. And let's bring in our player of the game, Alex Kowalczyk. Hey, good game, Alex. Appreciate it. What was the key for you guys defensively? You guys only gave up 14 points, a little bit stressful at the end right there, but you guys got a turnover to seal the game. Talk about that defense today.
Yeah, goals stop the run. That's what they're good at. They pound it right up the middle and struggled a little bit at times, but ultimately did an all right job and prevailed in the end. A win's a win. You got to take it when you can get them. Yeah,
for sure. 8 tackles for you, I believe. 1 tackle for loss. What would you say about your performance today? Were you just seeing the ball really well where it was going on the offensive side of the ball for wherever you were at in the field?
Yeah, I thought I saw it pretty well when the tackles were there and made them. Some big stops at the end of the game.
And it's usually, not. It's kind of the other way around. The offense is scoring a lot of points. You guys are obviously trying to keep the opponent. How does this defense keep building on this type of performance going into next week against Upper Iowa?
Yeah, we got to get better. We had a sloppy game. We got to get some 3-and-outs, get the offense back on the field, let them get in a rhythm. The more they sit on the sideline, get out of tune, that's not good for us.
Great, thanks, Alex. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Good luck next week.
Appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Now let's send it back up to you, Eric, for more post-game coverage here on News Channel Nebraska.
Thank you, Nolan. And the pride of Bishop O'Gorman High School up there in Sioux Falls, Alex Kowalczyk, 8 tackles, tackle for loss, and the game-clinching interception that sends Wayne State to 6-2 as they get set to battle Upper Iowa next week. Peacocks maybe getting their first win of the season today. Southwest Minnesota State, boy, rough stretch here. They'd lose their 3rd in a row, down to 4-4 on the season. That about wraps up our coverage. Once again, the final and Southwest Minnesota State 14. From a broadcast partner, Lou Siefker, Nolan Hoffman, Connor Luby, and the entire NCN Sports crew, I'm Eric McKay, and you've been watching the postgame show on NCN.